Yo, what's going on, everybody? We back. Today's Monday. Happy Monday. There we go. Yeah, I can hear my voice. I see some commenters over there. Yep, everything's looking good. Shoot, we up. Everybody, it's Magic Monday, Mat Side Monday. So get some training in today. Do it for me. Do it for Ollie. There we go. Yeah, we all good. Gianni Grippo. Not too much Grippo today. If you guys are joining us, we got a bet, me and Mr. Josiah, that if Gianni don't win or do well at EBI coming up this weekend, no more talking about him. He's done. No more talking about Gianni after this, unless some other tournament happens. So we're gonna see Mr. Josiah. We're gonna see. I think a lot of people were actually pretty happy. Josiah, how you get the whole chat against you? If he loses, I'll stop talking about it. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I want to see Gianni do well. So, that rule set is different, man. It's different. If it was IBJJF, I would have easily given him the win. He's at Greg Saunders and that's it. He's done then. He's over. It's over. Game over, bro. Game over. Game over, man. It ain't it. Now, if he was training, with the 10 Planet people or something, he could have gone to 10 Planet Long Island, 10 Planet PA. Okay, maybe. He decided to go to Greg Saunders in Maryland. Nah, he done, man. I can't defend that. He done. You guys all saw how Ecological did at CJI. He done. Josiah, you had a good run, bro. That's it. That's it. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry Grippo did you like that, man. At least you supported him. Yeah, that's it, man. Game over for him. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got Ty Rotullo. We got a little bit of updates on Mika and Amit Allure. Gary Tonin, some other stuff. Not only does he not have EBI experience, but he also not training properly. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. As soon as you mentioned Greg Saunders, that was it, bro. That was it, man. We got some ADCC Trials Europe. We got a lot of stuff. I'm going to jump around today. I'm already tired, and it's only Monday, so we'll see how well I do today. That's it, man. Let's get into some stories. Hope you guys all doing well. I didn't watch his. Yeah, well, he not with Lackland. If he had gone to Australia or chilled with Lackland a little bit longer, maybe. We'll talk about Ty. No worries, man. No worries. MMA not easy. Mixed martial arts is not easy. So the Rotullos are finding that out. It ain't all roses over there. We got Flow Grappling. Let's listen to them real fast.
In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Let's give it a look. We have to start here with the ADCC trials. The road to ADCC 2026 has just started in Warsaw, Poland. 5 men punched their tickets, including this guy up here, Nico, who is the youngest ADCC trials winner ever. That's absolutely nuts. There's a young kid who was originally born in Poland. He grew up in London, trains with Los Bandidos. He is definitely going to be somebody to watch this ADCC season kicks up. Only 17. Incredible. Congratulations, Nico, and congratulations to all the ADCC trials winners, including Pavel Javorsky, including Declan Moody, Jarbaev at 77, and McQueen at plus 99, all punched their ticket to Krakow, Poland in 2026. BJJ Stars has added 3 more men to their big 70-kilo Grand Prix that's coming up. That's going to be Gabriel Souza, Ethan Krellinson, and Juan Alvarenga. All 3 are ADCC veterans. Those are super tough guys. They also added some awesome gi super fights, including Diego Sodre taking on Harrison.
Wait, Harrison? I thought Harrison got his leg destroyed. Harrison did get his leg destroyed? Are you guys sure about that? Well, if you guys want an easy win, just grab his leg. I don't think Harrison going to make it through there. Considering this is going to be his second no-gi match, he probably not going to make it out of that tournament. Oh, I see Ocean's BJJ. Balea, where you at, bro? September 20th, Ocean BJJ Pro.
Gabriel, go ahead, take a look in the newsletter. We lay out all those. That's definitely not all that's going on, though, including Flow Grappling has announced that we are going to have an 8-person open weight bracket at WNO 30. That's October 24th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Make sure you do not miss it. There's a bunch of other news laid out in the Grappling Bulletin. It's available in the link right now, including some fight announcements, including ADCC champion Rodolfo Vieira is going to be taking on NCAA wrestling champion Bo Nickel in a very exciting middleweight match. Muhammad Ali is going to get his shot to fight in the UFC when he fights on Dana White's Contender Series. All that and more is laid out in the Grappling Bulletin. Go take a read right now. What's up, everybody? It's September 8th, Monday morning. That means Grappling.
Mushmaster says Ty is rushing his MMA career. MMA's not for everybody, man. Not everybody's built for it. I think his brother's doing a little bit better. I mean, it's kind of wild because Ty used to be the better brother, right? You guys remember when Ty was the better brother, the better twin? But then slowly, like, Cade's kind of, he won ADCC, he won CJI, he's been winning all his MMA fights, so very rare. It's very rare that you see that kind of happen, where the Ty was the big bro for a little while, and then now Cade's kind of on top. So I'm not sure. Does it seem like he's rushing? It's possible. We can't watch the whole match. One championship does not play. They're gonna hit with a copyright strike immediately. So MMA is not for everybody, man. I keep saying that it's not for everybody. And then you get 50K bonus, but you taking all the damage in the world, and people will be upset at me when I say fighters need to get paid more and paid better. But that fight career is not long. That fight career is not long at all. All it takes is one bad knockout. You break something, break your bone, break your shin, break your forehead, break your elbow. That's it. A lot of good stuff going on lately. I'll try my best to cover it. But even Flow Grappling, they cover about 2 seconds. How long was that video? About 30 seconds. And then they say, "Hey, go read the article." We got a little bit of Moneyberg. Don't worry, guys. We got a little bit of Moneyberg.
You trained with him.
Yeah, I'm friends with him. Everyone thinks that Derek is going to go out and beat an ADCC champion. It's just
Paul Craig's about to get, of course.
It's just not.
Paul Craig's getting beat up.
Yeah. That's not how it's going to work. But I mean, if he trained with like a guy, he's 45 years old. If he trained with like a 42-year-old black belt, he'd do fine.
That's all you need to hear.
No,
because everybody was like so against it, and saying that because he's rich.
There's different levels to black belt. Like if you're never going to compete, and he got in what, 2 years?
It's 3.5.
That's the thing.
It's tough.
The thing is,
it doesn't fucking matter. Like, just get better at jiu-jitsu. The belts are irrelevant.
Good point.
It's like
wait, explain irrelevant.
There's just focus on getting better at jiu-jitsu. The belts are irrelevant.
Agreed. I didn't come up with the market and give him his black belt. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't give him his black belt either.
But Jake Shields did it. Jake Shields is very legit.
Not anymore.
So if he said he's a black belt, I just take it at face value.
But he trains 7 days a week.
Look at this.
Like 4 hours a day.
Who does?
Derek.
That's a lot. That's legit.
Yeah, man. If you've got discipline.
With legitimate champions, and he has like some of the best ability to recall information that I've ever seen. Like I could teach him something.
Autism.
Why autism?
I could teach him something, and I come back a year later.
What's the point if you could teach somebody something and they can recall it, but he can't do it? What's the point? What's the point? And all these guys are quick to say, "I didn't give Moneyberg his black belt." They quick to say that. Mikey quick to say that. Gordon quick to say that. Everybody quick to say that. Jake Shields wishes he could say that. So yeah, it's crazy. You get these. You guys love people like Gordon Ryan.
And he's like, oh, we worked on this, and this last time. And
so I guess he did a black belt as far as knowledge rolling with you guys, but as far as competition goes, is he executing it in against other guys besides you guys?
He doesn't compete. He has no aspirations.
No, he means in training.
He trains for the guys who he comes in to train him, so he doesn't have like a lot of looks. He doesn't go to like a normal gym and train, which I think is something that's important to do just for your personal journey in jiu-jitsu. Like we just opened a new school. We just opened Kingsway, and we have like we have a bunch of black belts who come from other schools. Like a shitty black belt to me is like a guy I competed at a world level and I call my submission on. That's like my like definition of a shitty black belt.
God damn.
Like,
That's so
like,
but there's level.
But like when you go to a gym and you see like what your average black belt is, it kind of brings you back to reality, and you're like, oh, this is what most black belts are. Like if Derek rolled with like a regular black belt in a gym, he'd do fine.
Maybe, right?
I train with normal black belts at the gym, and I train with Derek when I go there. Like I'm telling you, he would do fine against a normal black belt.
Well, then that's what it is.
Like,
yeah, you would know.
Like he's not gonna go out and win worlds, but like if he had to compete against like an average black belt who's been doing jiu-jitsu for 10 years and he does it for an hour at a random gym in Kentucky, like
he would hold his own.
Like he would probably beat him up, to be honest.
Wait.
He's a 42-year-old hobbyist who's worth $100 million and focuses on making money.
Yeah.
And also trains 4 hours a day.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, if you're disciplined,
Everyone's giving him shit because he used it to market himself and was like, you're too fucking stupid to get a black belt in 3.5 years, and I'm not. That's why everyone's upset about him.
Well,
but he
here's
does
the thing.
train hard every day.
It's a great idea because I had no idea he existed, and now I'm defending him. Right?
Yeah.
I've defended him
Yeah.
based on what you
Who
said.
is this
and
guy?
I've
I don't
defended him
even know
based
who
on-
he is.
Actually, he's here right now.
But Gordon, you can see why some people, if a guy gets his black belt in 2 years, you're like, okay, what's going on?
3.5. How much did he really train? So, like, this is the idea that we always say. This is what I always say like when people talk about Jake Paul. They say, "Oh, Jake Paul is fucking YouTubers." This and that. I go, push all that away. Yes, but that doesn't mean he can't be good at something. Baggage
Shove it
is
to him.
psychological. You look at him like as the YouTube guy.
Yeah,
so
but-
a rich guy, like a Moneybird guy or a Zuckerberg, you say, "Oh, he can fuck that guy."
No,
But
Khalil, come
if he's got discipline and he can hire the best trainers, if he really does it,
And he does have
and
discipline.
he's tough, if he's
Yes.
actually mentally
he's
tough.
here
Yes.
today. He's in Austin. He did the 10:30 to 12 class. He's taking 3 2-hour privates with Giancarlo, Luke, and Marigali
That's
back to back.
legit.
So
That's
he's
legit.
That's what I'm
training
saying.
10:30 until like 7 o'clock
Like
at night
you
tonight.
can't knock just that.
And he's also
alone.
been really successful in something else, so he applies that
Right.
discipline to
Exactly.
that.
Sure,
Not only that,
sure.
the workload. If he's doing that many hours and he's doing it every day,
It's a lot.
this is the Gordon Ryan method, right? Your method has always been not just study harder than everybody else, but you don't take days off. That's a giant factor.
Yeah.
It's a giant factor. I talk about him all the time because that training 365 days a year.
You wouldn't take
is
one day off?
kind of nuts. No. No days off.
I mean, if I'm sick or I have staff or my legs hurt, I can watch. But I'm always there thinking about this
that
work.
guy.
Who's got one that's it's because everybody brings up that Moneybird guy. You trained with him.
Yeah,
Yeah, Moneyberg. I'm honestly tired of talking about him, and I'm tired of these guys defending him. Khalil, come back. If you guys know, Khalil got some color on hers. That's cool. I didn't know you got a special color, Carol. That's awesome. Yeah. Khalil, are you coming today? I'll see you today. Yeah, I can't defend Moneyberg, and yeah, the glazing is at an all-time high. And I like how he said, oh, you still here? Okay. All right, Carol. Okay. He said that, what did he say? I can't remember what I was about to say. Yeah, you got color on yours. Was it Gordon that said, he said that, Moneyberg could beat, a black belt that's been training 10 years and the same age as Moneyberg. How's that possible? Well, we'll never know because he doesn't roll with anybody. And of course they're gonna glaze him up. Moneyberg's giving Gordon a new truck and new gym and new new everything. I think he's obligated to glaze him up. If I missed something, guys. Even Mushmaster said Ethan or Keith will take EBI. There we go. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I'm kind of tired of Moneyberg. Can we move on past Moneyberg? I mean, we already know everybody's a sellout at this point. And I probably beat this argument, more than anybody. I beat up on this argument more than anybody. I'm Team Brendan. Brendan actually was using Brendan Shaw was trying to use some logic over here. And Gordon's like, well, I know bad black belts, and Moneyberg is actually not that bad. Now, he said Moneyberg could beat some random black belt up in Kentucky, but how about in Austin? Can he hang with somebody in Austin or Vegas or wherever he is? Probably not. I mean, That's your guys' hero, though. Gordon Ryan, you guys love Gordon. It's very different to retain information and then execute it in a situation unless given some time to think. Well, we've seen Moneyberg try to execute moves, and he be messing up the move. And, Gordon's like, well, I roll with him and other champions roll with him, but, he gives you guys money. So, of course, you're not going to go hard on the guy that's giving you all this money. You're going to go easy. You're going to give up sweeps. I think Mikey let Moneyberg tap him out. He got that Moneyberg logo on his truck. Yeah, he compromised. All right, Josiah's still training too. All right, Josiah, keep training, bro. Moneyberg says, I appreciate the recent mention on Joe Rogan's show. Well, Gordon, I guess did he pay for that? I think Moneyberg paid so he could get. Don't worry, guys. He's going to be on Joe Rogan at some point. And Rogan quick to defend him. He's like, well, Jake Shields is legit, so he must be legit. I don't agree with that. He says, thanks to Gordon Ryan and Joe Rogan and his other guests who talk sincerely about me. Big respect to the training partners and coaches who helped me build my skills, like Jake Shields, Nicholas Mergali, Giancarlo Bodoni, Luke Griffith, and of course Gordon Ryan. Guys, if you take all these private lessons, no way you're recalling everything. If you're taking lessons from Jake Shields, he don't even really belong in that group of people. If you're taking lessons from Mergali, Giancarlo, Luke, and Gordon Ryan, how are you going to recall all of that? I mean, that's too much information. That's different styles, different movements. He says, there are dozens more who have supported my journey for years over the years. You know who you are. The best is yet to come. Of course, get his course and blah, blah, blah. Tom DeBlas says, I'm with Gordon. Who cares? Everyone needs to chill. But the thing is, even Tom DeBlas be the first one to jump on social media. You guys know Tom DeBlas going to let you know about his what he thinks. But as soon as somebody making some money and compromising their morals and standards, he's like, anybody else, Tom DeBlas would have jumped on him. So yeah, just watch people's actions. Like for instance, you ain't never gonna hear me defend Moneyberg, for real. But if Moneyberg started paying me, well, I wouldn't take the money anyway. But yeah, I don't know, man. Someone says, then every black belt loses legitimacy. It becomes what karate became, a joke. If you didn't know Gordon or this guy, your take would be different. So he says, so your check cleared too. Standards don't matter anymore. Would you be okay with someone promoting themselves a black belt? You continually preach about integrity and honesty. Hey, listen, that's the most humble man in jiu-jitsu. He said so himself. Integrity and honesty, but you can sit here and say, who cares about this dolt receiving his black belt in 3.5 years? Come on, dude. Derek Moneyberg and everyone who stands by him has weakened the value of earning a BJJ black belt. It's unfortunate to see you saying this. Where's Tom DeBlas to defend himself? How much did Derek Moneyberg pay you? Yeah, who cares when people pretend to be a black belt? If he can't defend himself, this belt means nothing. Tom DeBlas, Derek says, Tom DeBlas, anyone who is not completely negative has been bought and paid. You'll have to stop over soon to collect your fat check, and your Moneyberg rash guard. We're gonna see him in that rash guard soon. On a sincere note, respect and best wishes, sir. So yeah, I mean, this is why you can't be hanging out with everybody in jiu-jitsu. You be hanging out, and then they be inviting you down to the basement. Say no to Moneyberg, people. Good morning, LOL Snap. What's up, man? You ready for that kids class and women's program? If you can achieve mastery in a relatively short period, shouldn't you be proportionally skilled at that skill? AKA Kyle, BJJ, etc. Well, they don't have $100 million. You're right, though. It's a long way down from here. The horse Tom is on. The sport is a joke already. Who cares? LOL Snap going to be wearing that Moneyberg rash guard too. This wouldn't happen if BJJ has standards. I wish we could have some standards like judo, but we don't. Carol says, no child left behind, like in public schools. I think this is more the private school kid though. LOL snaps is true or true. Yeah, I mean, I'm not defending any of these guys, and I like some of these guys. I'm for sure not going to defend them though. I can barely defend myself. We got Mr. Dorian Oliveras. Yeah. I don't know if this is recent. Is this recent? Because I think that knee should be a little swollen from the last weekend, 2 weekends ago. It says we don't have standard, vitamin testing. We don't have a committee other than IBJF, and you can't even get on that committee. And we all know what they are about, money. There is, I believe USA Grappling has something, but they're still kind of new. Okay. LL Snap, we got ladies on here, so don't be a misogynist on here, bro. Sorry, Kadil. I'll make sure he stays on his best behavior here. Dorian Oliveras looked booty he look good, bro. It says they do it in private schools too. Oh, they do? Uh-oh. Well, I can imagine some smart kids. Well, I'm about to say not smart kids. Rich kids could get through pretty easily. You can do a lot with money, apparently.
They trying to play with your crown.
Yeah, this must be old because I don't think he's moving like that with that knee. But if you guys want some good cardio, this is how you do it. How much weight is on there? Is that right? No way. Are those 45s? Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a lot of weight. No wonder Dorian was doing so good. That tire looks a little flat, but maybe just too heavy. Jesus. Yeah, that's got to be old video. I know his knee ain't working like that right now. He says, how is Gianni Grippo and other elites not making as much money while Gordon is rich? Well, they not selling out. If they sold out more, they would be rich. That's the only issue. This kid is going places. The only way to grow the sport is to get organized. One organization unifies all the other organizations, preferably not the UFC. Dorian needs to learn some subs. That's too much to ask. Is Gordon rich though? I don't know. Well, I don't know his finances. Now, does he have a lot of stuff? Maybe he might just be wasting all his money, which is what I think. Maybe we should all switch over to judo. You guys think we should all switch over to wrestling or judo? Kadil's ready to do some judo. ADCC Kuwait got some big names. Hi Sim, you guys know Mr. Giraffe. I guess he moved to the Middle East. Some other people out there too. Ruslan, is that the big guy that beat Kainen at Aiga? Judo, we might need to switch over to judo. Ferris, he's doing. Dang, everybody's doing this ADCC. October, okay. A couple people. Is that the kid that just won? All right, they got listen, man, don't underestimate the Europeans. Don't underestimate the Europeans and don't underestimate the Australians, okay? Even though it's kind of the same thing. Don't underestimate those people. There might be some money on the line. Davis Asari, yeah, there must be some money out there. Fahad, alrighty. Valdemir. There must be some money out there. And that's going to be in Kuwait. Yeah, there must be some prize money or something out there. I wonder how much. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Where's CP at? Because he loves Mr. Hywel Teague. He been going in on him.
Yeah. Came in, the Giant Slayer had to go up against the heavyweight.
Yeah. It cracked me up when Carl was like doing something with his feet and basically up kicking Kenta, and Kenta was like, skadoosh, and gave him a little slap.
Kenta's a dog. I mean, he showed some great techniques. He had that beautiful takedown against Kyle Bain, that Kuchigari, the leg lock on Nicky Rod, right? Everybody's talking about the unusual grip that he took, the hog lock. Dude, that leg lock was on. Like, it was 100% on. He went.
Any normal human would have tapped, probably.
Nicky Rod's 3 weight classes bigger than him. It was cool to witness. Kenta, I think.
He was really good.
Especially after the last CGI when he went out first round and everybody kind of forgot about him. This was a good moment for him, right?
No, he's been chipping away. I mean, he's on the next Polaris for Team Australasia, and I feel like he'll do better in that rule set because he's hard to beat. He's doing scramble camp for us in October in Spain, which I can't wait.
He's one of your guys, one of your sponsored athletes. What do you think about Kenta?
Yeah, it was amazing.
If you guys are in Spain, that scramble camp is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be, where is it going to be again? All right, so there's a Polaris, all right, this weekend, same time as EBI, and then they have a scramble camp. Who's going to be at scramble camp? Let me just pull it up. I think there's going to be some good people there. Where is it? I can't find it. Is that it? Nope. I can't find who's going to be out there. Well, I know Kenta, some other people. Yeah, I can't find it somewhere. Where's Scramble Camp at? LL Snap says, I could not blame Craig Jones one bit if he didn't bring back CJI. I think he might. We'll see, man. We'll see. There we go. Scramble Camp. Who's going to be there? You're going to have Matthias Szynski, Camille Wilk, Sanitary, Oliver Taza, Chelsea Leah, some other people too. I guess Kenta and the crew. How much is that camp? $250? That's not terrible. For what? 2 days? Oh, that's like a week. Well, 3 days, right? That's not bad. It's going to be in Malaga, Spain. So shout out to Malaga. Nice place. Says I wouldn't weigh too many ungrateful people. Yeah. A lot of people are ungrateful. I think for sure. I see that a lot. I see that a ton in this sport.
All right, guys. I'm here with John Danaher, the greatest jiu-jitsu coach on planet Earth.
Let's talk about your sunglasses, bro. People say I'm a fashion disaster. This is a fashion disaster.
Do you want one of these, James?
I get arrested if I wear that.
When the whole team split, the thing that broke my heart the most was that I was never going to get a chance to train with Danaher.
You were never going to get a chance anyway. Tell me about the tattoos.
Look, when I was in high school, I realised girls like tattoos.
You know who else likes tattoos?
Maybe.
Russian fucking mobsters. That's the only line of work you can do. That's it, bro. That's all you got left. Which one came on first?
I got this one first, Rage Against the Machine.
You like Rage Against the Machine?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, it is. They suck. Did you ever go to a concert?
Yeah, I saw them a big day out in Australia. I may have been on drugs.
I didn't even know you, and I'm certain that you were on that. Not only drugs, hard drugs. Let's get back to Rage Against the Machine, you dumb fuck.
What's the worst Craig Jones story you have?
If I told the worst ones, he'd get life in jail.
All right, guys, I'm here with John Danaher, the greatest.
I don't know if I agree with that, Mr. Danaher. He said he doesn't like Rage Against the Machine. That's Mr. Danaher there. That's who you guys love. So John wears rash guard to sleep. Probably. I don't want to think about what he wears to sleep, so I'm gonna just avoid that entirely. But that's what happens when you get Australian people and New Zealand people together, you know. Speaking of Danaher, did we have another picture of this? Mr. Gary Tonin got married. And the first comment I see was Moneyberg there. He probably was. Shout out to Gary Tonin. Hope everything works out for him. I do remember him being kind of thirsty, though. I do remember him being all up in the DMs. Not my DMs, but other people's DMs. Allegedly. JD, John Danaher doesn't sleep. I would. He doesn't look like he needs sleep. He looks like he doesn't. Danaher doesn't need sleep. Who said Danaher needed sleep? Danaher be sleeping upside down. What you guys talking about? He be sleeping in the casket. I'm sorry. Sorry, Danaher. Danaher looked like his favorite color is red. LL Snap says, how are you going to expose this, man? I'm sorry. I thought everybody knew. I thought everybody knew already. I said allegedly. I'm sorry. Gary. Gary, no, he's a great guy. He's a great. He sleeps with his eyes open. Karil. We were not invited. LOL snap. Why weren't you invited to that wedding? Wasn't that in Texas? Somebody said, "Where's Gordon?" Yeah, where's Gordon? He's there. He was the best man for Gary. Okay. Says John looking like secretary guard for a post-Soviet nightclub in the early 1990s. Says I've never seen a dress-up Danaher. Was Danaher dressed up? Is Danaher wearing a rash guard under his leather jacket? So you guys don't know Danaher. I think he wore a rash guard to somebody's wedding. Maybe was it who was it? Was it Matt Serra's wedding or something? You got Mo. Look at Mo. Got the heavy hitters of the sport. Hello Snap says he sleeps in X guard. You got Mo. You guys don't know Mo. That's the guy that runs ADCC or did. You got who is that guy? Is that the Kansai guy? I don't remember what guy that was. I think that's the Kansai guy, and I don't know who these other guys are. Danaher. Look at Danaher. He's got a leather jacket on at the wedding. Is that appropriate, everybody? Is that appropriate for Danaher? Let me zoom in. Is this appropriate attire? He wearing a leather jacket at the wedding and a rash guard. At least he got pants on. Danaher, that's not wedding appropriate. Danaher, put on a suit jacket, Danaher, or a tuxedo. Why he wearing that leather jacket at the wedding? Are they in Texas? Isn't it hot over there? He is always ready to train, even in a wedding. He's dedicated. Danaher, go change it to appropriate attire, please. I want to see some more pictures from that wedding. We don't have no more pictures? I thought I had some more. No, I don't see anything. At least Gary Tonin looks good. Because some of those pictures he doesn't really look good in. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't see any of the wedding pictures. Uh-oh. Whoa, uh-oh, whoa, oh, my bad. I didn't know what was going on over there. Sorry, let me get out of there. Let's get out of there, guys. Let us get out of there. Woo! All right, I'm not sure what she does for work, so we're just gonna get out of there real fast. Woo! Every day in Texas is 100 degrees. Well, Danaher said he doesn't feel the heat. Talking about Gordon Ryan. I had to get out of there. We got Carol over here. This is a family show, people. Family show. Now, I can't control what other people post. You know, I had to get out of there quick. Marriage material. I don't know. I can't judge her. I don't know anything. I barely saw anything. I just knew I needed to get out of there. So we got Gordon Ryan. I guess he was in the basement again with Mr. Moneyberg. Look at his shoes. Jiu-jitsu people, we don't know how to wear clothes. He got on the snakeskin boots. Why are you wearing boots like that? I'm trying to create a bigger family. Don't tell your wife that unless she wants you to. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. You got the Moneyberg rash guard. Now, if I could find one, I'll put it on. I'll probably draw on the Moneyberg rash guard or something. Put my own face on the Moneyberg rash guard or something. I don't know. If you guys don't know, Gordon's been on a lot of Moneyberg videos. Dude, just stop. Let me guess. This video has exactly 44K views. He looks exactly like his reputation. What is that? Is that good or bad? He always looks like his face has been stung by a swarm of bees. Nothing screams independent thinker like being paid to advertise another man's logo. 7% body fat, 93% head fat. I despise Gordon as a human being, but I always respected him for pretty much everything related to BJJ. So I guess he does not really deserve a ounce of respect then. One must wonder the logistics. How much is it worth for Gordon to sit where he works? Oh, I can't. Well, I said sit. I'm not going to read exactly what he said. The one area where Gordon has a genuine domain over, if BJJ devalues to acknowledge, that doesn't make sense, but if BJJ devaluates to acknowledgement that you can pay for a belt, then his brand, which is tied to BJJ, is devalued. By choosing to not roll, Moneyberg's gambit is that he cannot be exposed, but in an art like jiu-jitsu, refusal to roll is tantamount to being exposed, short of curating some rolls with a paid-off fall guy. Says, man, Gordon just associating himself with a known con man, allegedly, in order to own the haters. Gordon is so smart about jiu-jitsu and so silly about everything else. Eventually, this guy is going to go down, whether he's sued or criminally charged or just does something horrifically embarrassing. Then it's going to look like it's going to look very bad for Gordon. I mean, Gordon has continued to make terrible financial decisions and life decisions. So I would not emulate anything he's done outside of his jiu-jitsu. Says, I have a super fight with Moneyberg. Moneyberg going to win too. But you're going to leave off with a good bag. A fat check, he said. You're going to get a fat check. But it's sort of a microcosm of how Gordon conducted his whole career, which is as a person who doesn't fully understand what consequences can look like on a long enough timeline. Gordon is in a sport where everyone's star eventually fades, but he made his whole thing might equals right. He can say whatever he wants because he wins, right? Except eventually he will stop winning. Uh-oh, Gordon. All right, Kadil, I'll see you later. We'll eat some high chews later. If you guys don't know, Carol is my high chew dealer. That's where I get all them high chews from. I need some high chews. Usually, when I start getting tired on the stream, I eat some high chews, but I ate all mine, so I got to get some more. See you later, Kadil. A little snap says, if I grab his leg, I might lose. Might check. It never can walk away from a good heel hook. Nah, bro, he's gonna heel hook you. All right, Kadil, I'll see you later. Gordon, everyone does. Everyone stops winning just because of age or miles on the body or because the game has changed. That seems to have come sooner than expected for Gordon because of whatever weird health problem he has. Can't lose if you stop competing. That is true. Nah, you're not winning though. Imagine having to listen to Moneyberg. That would be pretty terrible. Got Mikey. I guess he's been training with Kenta and Mighty Mouse. All right. I made a decision to be nice to Mikey. As long as he doesn't do anything crazy, I'll be nice to him. Mikey, you're gonna jump over to B Team Simple Man? I can see Mikey over there for a second. My homeboy, you guys know Quan. There's Quan right there, everybody. He says, time for Mikey to represent the Simple Man Jiu-Jitsu banner. Mikey has represented everybody at this point. I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm trying to be nice. I'm sorry. But it is true. That is true. I hate Mikey. I'm sorry, but he didn't do the sport no favor. I'm trying to be nice to Mikey. I'm trying to be nice. Now, is it easy? No, it's not easy.
Hey guys, DualBiz is offering a massive jackpot for this UFC. It's totally free and you don't need to pay anything and you can get up to 1 Bitcoin. I'm going to put a link for that in my story and bio. And now I'm going to give you my main picks for this UFC. I think Tybura, Bukowska, Ruffy, and Kyle. If you haven't noticed from my glasses, I'm team fighting nerds this time.
How much do they get paid to say those ad spots? I wonder. You guys might hear me. You guys, make sure you do your picks for the UFC, blah, blah, blah. I don't really condone betting, though. Yeah, I don't want you guys. I'd rather you guys donate money to good causes, not to lose money to the UFC or some other organization. We do got Mikey with his belts. You know what? That doesn't surprise me. And you know what? The worst belt is that UFC BJJ belt. Look at that. Look at that thing. Every belt looks good except for that belt. That's the worst belt. I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm not going to defend the UFC BJJ belt, though. You got all his world championships medals, too. And the only thing that looks ugly is that UFC BJJ belt right there. Claudia couldn't even get the belt right. Isn't that a shame? She couldn't even get the belt to look good. Claudia, how'd you mess up the belt? Why didn't you just make it look like a UFC belt? Why wasn't it just a UFC belt? Or, just put BJJ on there. But but what do I know? Yeah, what do I know? He says, looks like a bunch of pool noodles duct taped together. It is. It's plastic. It got about 2 pieces of metal on there. It's just ugly. Who designed that, bro? This is a good story. We talked about this a while back. I don't know if we can show that. But it says the day Alan Finfu returned Teddy's black belt that was sold to him for $1. So I did a video on Teddy on my main channel, but this was a great moment. I don't know if I should give a rundown of what happened. Marley, what's going on, bro? Look at that, man. This stream is changing lives, bro. This stream is changing lives. We got people training, people changing their views on kids' classes. I don't want to get into this too much, but yeah, it was a really heartwarming moment at Euros 2014 or something like that. If you guys want to look into it, go ahead and look into it. It's kind of a sad story, but I'll let you guys jump in there. Yeah, Marley, we changing lives on this live stream. Who else live stream changing lives, bro? And if you don't know, I got a bet with thank you, Josiah. If you guys don't know, I got a bet with Josiah that if Gianni Grippo doesn't win at EBI on Friday, he can no longer talk about Gianni Grippo. No more in this live stream. Now, he can do it in his regular life, but no more in this live stream. So that's our bet going on Friday. If you guys agree with that, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and like the video. So we're making some changes on here. It took a while. We're making some changes though. It says CJI2 is back up on YouTube for free. It was on Flow Grappling for free, but now it's back on YouTube. I think they should have left it on YouTube because things move fast, man. If you take things off, they took it off of YouTube for a minute, and then I don't know. Maybe they were editing something out. I don't know what exactly they did, or maybe I think there was some copyright stuff. They had to take out some of the music. Kind of you can erase the music and stuff. That might have taken a couple days. Says the ad revenue on this plus each match individually is probably better long term. Says, yep, dude, I literally pulled up the CGI in person rather than even considering purchasing a Flow membership. Says sick, gonna watch Bodoni and Gio tap again. They did tap out. Everyone knows that Gio didn't tap. He just patted the nice man's knee to say, good job, buddy. Says, LOL, got them subs, then right back to free. Respect I get. Oh, so they just put that on there so people would sub? Oh, and then once they got the subs, they put it back on. I don't know what to say about that. That's not my business, Flo. That ain't my business to talk about. Josiah says he's the winning bet. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Well, if Gianni don't win, no more talking about Grippo. That's it. The best part of CGI was seeing Gabby Garcia. Yeah, I do like Gabby. You're a huge Gabby Garcia fan. All right, bro. Watch out, man. You might have another baby. She is nice. She's a nice lady, from what I remember. Says that's exactly what those scumbags did. Flo, they're saying this, Flo. I'm just reading. That's exactly what those scumbags did. Waited till they saw the new subs slow down and decided they made enough. In their defense, they are Flo. We should all know. You guys will cry about anything. That is true. I mean, they paid money for that stream, so they can do whatever they want with it. Let's see. They paid for the rights, streamed it free in real time. Not sure what you want. They're not a charity. Well, Craig did say the event, as it would be an $800,000 loss, $800K. This was before they added the 50K sub bonuses. So I'm hoping that Flo getting involved actually helped with that. That being said, wow, what a cash money grab. That's literally what Flow Grappling does for ADCC. When it's almost time for ADCC, they don't give you the option to subscribe only for a month. They only give 1 year subscription options. And then they allow then they allow 1 month subs again after the event. So yeah, that's how it is, man. They're gonna take that 1 month sub out. That right there shows Flow Grappling's true colors. That's our sport. I just like her life story, man. I think people gave her a bad rep. It's just because she was bigger than everybody, all the other girls. Not that she could help it. I really wonder how many subs they milk like that. Would be shocked if it even hit triple digits. Well, even triple digits is good money for them. $200 a pop. Let's do some simple math. I mean, I'm trying to think. Yeah, they would need maybe 4 figures, maybe 1,000 people. How many? Yeah. I mean, they would definitely need some numbers. I'm not sure how many subscribers they have. Someone said, "Good God, is everyone in BJJ this whiny, pissing and moaning about everything that CGI does or doesn't do? I want a Ferrari. Free event made free again, but get ready for everyone to complain about this. I'm stoked." We got a lot of people whining in this sport. That is true. Balea, what's up, bro? Balea, what's the news, bro? Balea got all the good news. He just can't tell us. We're just talking about CGI right now. Help me understand. I'm seeing this stream. I'm seeing them stream the event live for free and now making free to watch altogether. Sure, they did a small period behind a paywall. It was free on Flow, guys. But end result seems pretty good. Nothing much, bro. We just got done talking about Gary Tonon's wedding. And Dana Hurd's dressing, his style of dress. I'm hoping Flo makes some money on the live stream, or I guess it's on the YouTube video now. I was donating some money, CGI is back free on YouTube. Why is everyone so sad? I don't know. People like complaining in this sport. I know you see it, Balea. People be complaining. It's free and people complain. Don't worry about Flo. They good. Okay, that's good. I know I was donating a couple dollars in the live stream. I kind of wish they would go. I wish more events would go to that model, keep it free. Like Zapatero or somebody, go to a free model and just really encourage giving through the live stream or something. I just feel like that's a little bit more. And you get rewards. If you donate on the live stream, everybody could see what you were saying, and it was pretty cool. Who's number 130 will feature an 8-man open weight bracket. Who's going to be on there, Balea? Well, they got my boy Roberto on there, so we'll see. J-Rod said he wants to be out there. Is he out of timeout? I could definitely see him going back to Simple Man. Is Simple Man going to let him back in? We'll see. Can't tell you, but who you guys want? Problem is free doesn't work unless you have a billionaire donor. Nah, don't put Grippo out there. It's open weight, bro. Grippo don't do good at open weight. Let's get Dorian Oliveras out there if his knee's okay. Or Quinta. Let's bring Quinta. Of course, Roberto. Yeah, I mean, some of the usual suspects, I kind of want to see Mika. Mika need to go. He got to make some money for that baby. Let's get Mika out there. He got to make some money. I want to see Joseph Chin back. We weren't really happy. We weren't really satisfied with this. We were happy, but we weren't satisfied. Jerry says no simple women, so J-Rod safe. Yeah, simple man jiu-jitsu doesn't mean simple woman jiu-jitsu. I'm not sure. Put some excited people. No, Mika for who's number 1. Oh, he's for 31. All right. He got to take care of his baby. About to say baby mama. He got to take care of his fiance. He says Gianni Grippo, Diego Pato, DeAndre Corbett. Them all small people, bro. Adele once in the bracket. Adele couldn't even handle she couldn't even handle my homegirl Helena. And I'm Team Adele. And them big guys, she's too small. Unless there was a smaller bracket. I want to see some Australians. Can we get some Australians over there? Some Europeans? Maybe Fabricio Andre. He does really good in those absolute divisions. I'm not sure about Taza. Taza did okay last time. I wish the AOJ people would do some more. We got some Australians and Europeans. All right. Adele low-key won against Helena. Helena's hair beat Adele. That was the true champion right there. That hair had a mind of its own. Balea, is that you? Look at Balea over there. We got Balea on the TV, on the screen, and Balea in the chat. Oh man, Smashing Machine. I can't wait for that to come out. I think it's gonna be good. I'm gonna try to get a group together to go watch Smashing Machine. We got Big John.
Bullshit. It doesn't happen. You do that, you're out. That's WWE.
Is he gonna be out there? Since I was giving Kerr some half guard pulling tips. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good movie. Who's this? Let me push this back. We already talked about fake black belts today with Moneyberg. But Leia, have you met Moneyberg yet? We got my boy Tariq. You guys know him from the Tariq Plata. He had not the best outing. Should I read what happened? He doesn't have a post about it. I guess he cut his chin, so he couldn't do it.
Wanted to let the time run out. Okay, it's gonna be a long day, so.
First postcard. Yo, what's up? We can't play that music, but Tarek's good, man. I want to see him do well. It's just life. Sometimes, it ain't meant for you just yet. Apparently, he had a good match against the kid that won. He just he got cut. I thought I met Moneyberg, but it was just a dude with long hair at the gym. The thing is, you probably never going to see Moneyberg at a gym. He allergic to the gym. What belt are you, and how long have you trained, bro? How am I supposed to answer that? How am I supposed to? You trolling me, bro? Are you talking to me? I mean, most of these YouTubers be white belts and blue belts and purple belts. I don't know, bro. I don't know what the answer to that. Craig Jones admits quickly finishing Chael was intentional for his high stand-in fee. For sure Chael was getting paid. He's like, all right, I'm going to tap him out real fast. How much, Balea, how much was the stand-in fee?
You're really selling it up.
That's right, I'm trying to get a serious interview out of you now. Yeah. I'm just going to say, yeah. Cool. Mediocre. Well, first night for sure. Did you need to embarrass a fucking legend by tapping him out twice? For the price he made me pay at my moment of vulnerability being exploited, and obviously you were heavily involved in telling me, Craig, you're being taken advantage of by the fucking global empire that is the UFC.
Balea, how much what did he ask for? How much was he asking for?
How do you feel about the event as a whole?
You're really selling it up.
That's right, I'm trying to get a serious interview out of you now. Yeah. I'm just going to say, yeah. Cool. Mediocre.
So that's why the match went so fast. Okay. Says, I'm a bit sad at how disappointed in the event Craig seemed to be in that interview. Balea, are we going to get a CGI 3, bro? You know, Balea already knows. He knows the sponsors. Balea know everything. He knows who the sponsors are. He knows if there's going to be a CGI 3. He knows how much Chael Sonnen was asking for. Balea got all the information. He just can't say nothing. CGI 2 wasn't perfect, but it was still a great event, and I think move my head over. And I think every BJJ fan should be grateful for it. I hope Craig knows he is appreciated for what he's done for the sport. Chael's a gangster. Never discuss business outside of the family. Dang, Balea got all the information. So guys, don't ever go after Balea because he got all the info. He know everything. Craig was he was drunk possibly. Chael lost. Pretty sure he won that one. I'll never forget that riff-raff walkout. That was both hilarious and catchy. Musumeci should have been the stand-in, and they could have just had a flow roll / exhibition. But I understand how the UFC would view that and the risk it comes to Mikey's image. There were a ton of UFC fighters there. Balea know everything. Balea knows everything. Balea knows everything. He already knows who's on the CGI 3 card. He knows the format. He knows Balea got everything, bro. Balea, if you know any sponsors, I'm looking for a new sponsor, man. Because Balea know everybody. Maybe Taynor. Give me Taynor's info. Give me a good sponsor, Balea. Surprise Chael didn't just do it for free. Well, he got choked out. That was some easy money, though. Anybody could have gone out there and got choked out. Anybody could have gone out. I could have gone out there and got buggy choked real quick. And I would have tapped out. I wouldn't have gone to sleep though. Why on earth should Chael work for free? He not. That's true. I want him to get paid too. I want everybody to get paid. Can everybody get paid? Balea could have gone out there. I don't know. Can he buggy choke you, Balea? You might be able to survive that buggy choke. Someone said, did he really work? Well, it's possible he could have pissed his pants out there, so I consider that work. Chael was robbed. He didn't know what was happening. Craig was falling for the classic rope-a-dope hard before he called an audible and quit mid-match. Chael was playing chess. Craig was playing checkers. He has name value and showed up. Balea, who else could have been out there? Wells don't have neck. That's true. You can't choke out a well. So Balea would have been good. Balea would have been good. That match would have gone a lot longer than Chael Sonnen's match. Says the level of production expertise in BJJ world is so low. I'm not even a video expert. Audio is my thing, but it's super easy to get rid of or at least lower that background. Oh, who cares about the background music? I think he was joking. I Want a Ferrari. I actually did like that song. I didn't know. I like that Ferrari song. My only issue with the riffraff thing was that they started kicking us out after 20 minutes. So we're trying to listen to the music. They kicked us out. He sung like 3 songs. They kicked us out of there. We already saw this. Yeah, of course, Moneyberg. Moneyberg. Big Dan says, good lesson with BJJ black belt, grappling socks inventor, and sub 10% body fat friend. My homeboy says, is Dale gonna promote you to your next belt? Big Dan, he's had the worst health. I want to show you roll. Instead of Ferrari, I want to show you roll. They cost about the same. Nah, Ferrari way more expensive. But shout out to Big Dan. His health has been terrible. That's why I tell you guys to take care of your health. He be having Lyme disease, rhabdo, stuff I ain't never heard of. We had the European match from ADCC trials. I think we're actually going to watch that now. So is that Declan Moody? These big guys from Australia and UK, they good. Don't sleep on these guys. Do not sleep on these guys. So we're going to check out this match a little bit and break it down a little bit and enjoy it, you know? Belay is like, I'm tired of watching jiu-jitsu. You be watching jiu-jitsu all day. That's Marcin. That's Declan. You know you guys can't pull guard in the finals. Moneyberg stock selling like hotcakes now. They got that antimicrobial, anti-funk. These big guys, man, they looking scary, bro. They can all wrestle and they can all grab your leg. Connie Basami? No? Okay. Didn't work. Oh. No points at this point. This is 99 minus 99, I believe. Some good guard work from Marcin. We didn't really get to see too much from his matches. Did he fight Kynan? Who did he fight? Felipe Pena. He fought Felipe Pena, right? Some good pressure from Declan. You know, I can't imagine having that guy, you know, doing the passing on you. And he moves, and he's quick. He's big and quick. You know, Gordon's big, kind of slow, but this guy is quick. He be passing too. You don't see these big guys be passing like that. Usually they be breathing hard and slow, but he quick. Nice. That knee shield, he's kind of pretty interesting. Oh, wow. Did you guys see that? That was pretty, I never thought to do that. Shoot. Let me rewind that real fast. Let me rewind that. You saw how he dug that leg out? I haven't really seen that before. He's passing, and you see the lasso. He just kind of, how did he do that? Declan is so good at jiu-jitsu, and more importantly, just a good dude. We need more people like that. He just kind of dug under that lasso leg. Nice. Right to north-south. That's pretty amazing. Back take attempt. Nice. Nice. That's how Lucas Lepre be taking it back. Whee! He might, you know, Declan might be able to beat Kynan. I mean, because Kynan, unless we get super Kynan, because Kynan, he hasn't really been doing too well. So you know, if this goes to decision, you know Declan, well, he definitely won it, but inverting, but you know, he probably should thread his leg over the other way. Nice passing. Is he gonna dig under that leg again? That lasso leg? Let's see. Nice. How many big guys you see standing up again? That was, oh man, let me rewind. That was pretty nice. He stood up and kind of dropped back in. How did he do that though? That was pretty nice. He's got the knee shield. He stands up. Oh, he pushed it off. Okay. Nice. Raw drag attempt. Force the north-south one more time. Nice. Nice on the back. Nice defense there. Nice defense there for Marcin. Looking for a matrix. K-guard. Back take. He did a good job of stepping his leg out, though. Nice reversal. Sweep. No points, though. Should be at 4 minutes, I believe. I haven't really seen Declan's guard, so we'll see what kind of guard he got. Nice. I love that sweep. I love seeing the technical big guys. Nice. So 2? Nope. Too early. A little too early. Should have waited 2 seconds for that sweep, though. Nice outside passing. Nice. Was that a raw drag? What was that? No, he just kind of threw the hook out. I need to work on that. He just threw the hook out of there. Get this hook out of here. Another K-guard entry. I don't think it's really good. Well, the guy got his knee that low. Maybe we should switch to 50-50. He's kind of bailing down. I don't know if that's the best idea on a big guy. I don't know if that's the best. Yeah, get out of there. Okay, he goes back. Okay, 50-50. He's going to, oh, nice backspin out. There we go. You know, it don't make sense to really invert against big guys, you know. Don't really make sense. Nice outside passing. There you go. Can't passing, you guys like to call it. But he's so big, he can do it really well. Another K-guard entry. But yeah, he's a big guy. Nice. No, oh no. Okay, turtle's good idea in ADCC. You just can't give up your back. All right, that's 3 points there with the body triangle. I don't know if he's got a choke or anything. Looks like it. Nice. Now let's be real. You just did CJI. ADCC should be easy compared to CJI. ADCC should be easy. At least the trials should be easy compared to the real tournament, right? The other professional tournaments. But that was a good showing. That's Josiah when he won his first tournament. He gonna take his gi off. Or rash guard. I don't feel like reading that. Got some other news. Says IMG Academy. You guys know that's like the rich academy that with all the sports. They're launching a wrestling program with UNC assistant coach Dr. Enoch Francos set to be named head coach. So pretty interesting, you know. Makes sense to me because, you know, if you get into wrestling, not only do you have WWE, you have collegiate wrestling, international wrestling, so you can have some opportunities. And think about it. Some of the wrestlers, professional wrestlers, are some of the biggest sports stars. Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Batista, John Cena. A lot of those guys, they're some of the biggest stars in the world. Yeah, man, I'll be there. If you invite me, I'll be there. Tyra Tulo. Let me wait on that one a little bit. I might skip some stories. I might not. You know, when I first started this, I would cover every story. Now I'm like, screw that. I ain't covering every story. I ain't covering that. You got to be a little discerning. That's what I learned. There's a scramble camp if you guys want to go.
From October 9th to October 12th, there's going to be a scramble jiu-jitsu camp held in Malaga, Spain. And I'll be one of the guest instructors there teaching. So if you guys want to train with us, get your tickets. There's only a few spots left. So go to Scramble's Instagram link to buy the tickets.
All right, if my Europeans out there, go support it. Spain, you guys know you want to go to Spain anyway. We got Tackett. What you got to say, Tackett?
All right, guys, if you want to learn cool submissions like that, then come to my one of two seminars, one in Dallas, one here in Austin. One's on the 20th or one's on the 21st. Space is limited, so get your tickets now. Let's go.
So I guess Tackett is going to move to Vegas. We'll see how that works. He's going to be with his homeboys. I think he did say that, didn't he?
What's up, guys? Andrew Tackett here. Just got done training. I'm looking to do seminars in like the central Texas area, like Austin, Houston, Dallas. I'm moving out of Texas soon, so I want to do some seminars before I move out. So gyms in central Texas, hit me up. I want to do like 2 or 3 just to kind of give back and teach the community before I move out to Vegas. So if you see this post and you want to get me showing some cool techniques at your gym, just message me and we can work out the details.
You guys heard it from him. He's moving to Vegas, so we'll see. I don't want to read this. I'm skipping a lot of stuff, man. We got Baron Bozo. What's she got to say? She says, why so many people quit jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu. One of the most common reasons is that they get their blue belt and realize that no one was actually impressed and they're still being submitted by teenagers. That's when they start other manly activities like grilling and crypto and end up quitting. Sometimes life just gets in the way. People will get a new job and then have their first kid and then get a new dog and then have their second kid. Then they'll move to a new house that's bigger and farther away and end up not being able to train that much anymore. Sometimes someone will get a minor injury or even what we would classify as a boo-boo, take a few weeks off, but change nothing in their training or do any PT or strength training. And then the cycle will continue until the injury intensifies and they'll end up taking so many weeks off that they're not actually training anymore. Finally, we have the case of the new girlfriend or boyfriend who doesn't like that wrestling stuff where you're just laying on people. They'll pressure you to not go train, and this person is either going to quit jiu-jitsu or quit their new girlfriend or boyfriend. Not all hope is lost. A good gym leader, community, and gym management software like Push Press can save these 3 cases. However, in the case of a new boyfriend or girlfriend, you just have to hope that it's not bad enough that you read about it on the Reddit advice thread. This is why people quit jiu-jitsu.
Shout out to Baron Bozo. We like her on this respectfully. I support the ladies training jiu-jitsu. More ladies, the better. Now, LOL snapped. We had to convince him to start a women's program and have kids program. Quit the new girlfriend or boyfriend. Talking about girlfriends and boyfriends, we got Miss Amit and Mr. Mika. Amit might be the strongest mom out there. She gonna get that baby out of there quick. That baby gonna get out of there and she's gonna be ready for the Olympics in no time. I think she got 3 more months or something, or 4.5 months, something like that. Ty looks sad at the end of the fight. It's a fight, bro. Are you supposed to look happy? If you're looking happy after a fight, you're probably crazy. You remember when BJ Penn looked at blood after his fights? Yeah. You got to be crazy to enjoy that. But now look at BJ Penn. I'm hoping Mika's a good dad, Hope he's a present father. Real easy for a relationship like this to not work out, I don't know. I'm hoping for the best. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We got a couple clips. Hopefully our homeboy Chattery doesn't hit us with the copyright strike. So we'll see if we can play a couple clips of the fight.
Ty, he feels it. There it is, Ty. Beautiful. Good guard. Add the jiu-jitsu, Ty.
Lucky 13.
Outstriking him. You're outstriking him. I love it, but add the jiu-jitsu behind it.
Cerrone, yes.
Nice, Ty. Ty, add the takedown. You need to add both threats, jiu-jitsu and striking. Beautiful, Ty. Scissor takedown. That's it, Ty. Beautiful shot, Ty. Grab the wrist, Ty. Yeah. Finish it, Ty. Finish it. Finish it, Ty. Elbow. It's right there. Yes, elbows. Yes. Elbows. Yes. Sit him down. Yeah. Yep. Choke him. Choke him. Choke him. Finish the choke. Finish the choke. Finish it. That's it. That's it. It's over. Let's go. Let's go. Ty, he feels it.
My Rotulo bros need to work on their hands. That's the same thing for every jiu-jitsu person and wrestlers. Every grappling person needs to work on their hands because striking is different than grappling and, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Like, the movements we do is not the same way you move in striking, The footwork's a little bit sharper, and you gotta be be ready to explode when you're striking. Kate is the best hype man ever. Yeah, I mean, they're twins. They know how to coach each other. Someone said, Ty might not do MMA after this. Didn't seem like he enjoyed hurting people that way. Kate doesn't mind. MacTube says, man, I hate MMA in a ring. I mean, the ring ain't, well, it's still, it's the same stuff. Now, you can't really fight off the ring, off the ring when you get stuck in the the cables there, whatever it's called. It's his first fight. It's going to take time for strikes to look good. Yeah, but they're not going to give you time. Did the UFC give Buchecha time? One championship gave him a guy that was 4-0. You think they're going to give his fights only going to get harder? He ain't got time. You ain't got time in MMA. When you do MMA, you need to be pretty solid. Now, you can always improve, but you need to be pretty solid in your skill set. And unfortunately, the striking, they don't got the striking. I hate to say it. I don't have the striking either. People told me my striking was terrible. And you know what I did? I thought, all right, I'm not going to be good. I'm not going to do well. Yeah, it takes a special breed to be good at MMA. You got to want to hurt people and, That's why John Jones was so good. He was ready to hurt. Look at John Jones. You think John Jones ever hesitated to hurt somebody? No, John Jones was ready to poke you. He was ready to poke you in the eye, ready to kick you in your knee. He was happy to do that. And that's if you guys want to be good, you need to be like that. I'm not saying every fighter, GSP, I don't think was like that. Anderson would school you. He would definitely kick you in the face, though. But I think you need to have that dark personality to be good at MMA. Damian Maia had horrible striking and got pretty far. That's true. Well, Damian Maia was really good at jiu-jitsu. He had really good fundamentals. He was, he had the right style, body type, and he just was really good. I'm not saying the Rotulos aren't really good, but they have such a flowing style. It's not very structured. Like Damian Maia, we knew Damian Maia, half guard, dog fight position, come up, finish the single leg. It was programmed into him. But even Damian Maia had his issues. He tried to strike for a little bit. Because let's face it, UFC wants strikers. They don't really care about the wrestlers too much. Says the new gen jiu-jitsu kids are here. Bro needed an employee to hold him down. Love to see it, boys. Worst cornering ever. If you have the absolute legend Eric Paulson in your corner, you're good. You're in a good place to win. Wow, his team played a big part. Awesome. Having a twin in your corner is like a cheat code. That got me so hyped. The corner was 100%. The corner almost tapped me out from my couch. Oh my God, the hype. He gave the perfect advice. Use your grappling more. I'm such a big fan of these boys. You're outstriking him. Nah, he wasn't, buddy. And that Adrian Lee kid is a new fighter too. They ain't fought no real fighters, They ain't fought no real some killers out there yet. They ain't met the killers in MMA yet. Man, MMA rough, bro. It's a whole new world. Ty is good, but man, it's different. It's different, bro. It's different. And you fighting people with nothing to lose. You fighting people that are starving. That if I hurt you, I'm gonna be able to eat tomorrow. That's a different level out here. I think we got a couple more clips of that too. It's real out here though. Ty wasn't out striking him. No, he wasn't. I keep saying that. Nobody believes me. We got another dude. Guys, if you don't jump guard. This how Josiah gonna be acting when he get better. I'm not sure what the future is for the Rotulos. I mean, they should just do. They would make more money. They would have made more money doing CJI, bro. They would have made more money doing CJI. They would have got the $50K bonus that Chattery was gonna pay them.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Guys, don't do this. So he jumped guard and knocked himself out. Or he went for a flying submission. Oof. So yeah, don't do that, Josiah and everybody else starting out. No, I don't think any of them are gonna do well. I don't think most jiu-jitsu guys can do well. Tyra, we didn't have another clip of that? I thought I did. No, I guess not. Tyra Tulo versus Adrian Lee. What a fight. Adrian fought his heart out, and Ty knew it. My God. Quan, what up, Quan? I think the Rotulos will be pretty good in MMA. Adrian Lee would be a good fighter in UFC, and I could see them all heading to UFC since one is phasing out MMA. Quan loves UFC. Quan, what up, Quan? MMA in the ring sucks. It's the worst. Rope grabs, people climb, people's limbs fall out of the ring, having to stop and reset the action, and the weird way it just hinders the action. One needs to get away from the ring. I get they're trying to throw it back to Pride, but even in Pride, it wasn't great. The striking part of MMA is better in the ring, the grappling not so much. I'm glad there is now a near universal acknowledgement that rings suck for MMA. Back in the Pride days, people on message boards would sing the virtues of the ring. Pride did so many things better than UFC, but the ring wasn't one of them. Is Adrian Lee okay? Any word? I don't know how anybody's gonna do. Hello, what up? It says, imagine jumping guard in a street fight and hitting the back of your head on a well, you'd probably be dead. I mean, I don't suggest you guys do that. Says, I'm sure he'll be fine. His pride is probably more hurt than anything, but maybe he should just take this loss as a chance to go train with the bros. I feel like the MMA world is sleeping on how good the cream of the crop BJJ guys will be with some striking, depending on how they react to being punched themselves. Andrew Tackett, Dorian, the Rotulos, Damien, etc. are going to be elite, and instead of being on notice, a lot of these MMA guys think their grappling will be enough. I actually am starting to see this scrimmage thing Gordon was talking about. It is different than scrambling because there is a unique goal in mind. Scrambling is just trying to get out of a bad position or get into a good position. Guys will achieve a primary goal and then stop. The scrimmage thing, I feel like, doesn't stop until control is gained because guys like Ty and Cade are just so far ahead, it's just kind of stuck out to me lately. Guys will also just chain wrestle to get you to the ground, but control isn't such a big priority, or transitioning straight from a takedown to advanced position like takedown to side control, takedown to back take, to crucifix, all in quick succession. ADCC rules really created this hybrid style, and CJI, UFC, BJJ are going to make it so much better. Great fight, but Ty needs to keep his hands up and fix his head movement. He got hit with some solid shots and shouldn't have. Those up kicks could have knocked Ty out. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the up kicks. Both were exhausted, but I am begging Ty to take him down and sub him before he got KO'd. The Rotulos have massive potential. They have the athleticism and intuitive approach to grappling, which I think works really well in MMA. Lee was way better than I expected. Ty has a heck of a chin. Well, we all know chins don't last in this sport or in that sport. I always jump guard in street fights, then transition to omoplata and submit them. All right. Says, I can't think of many jiu-jitsu guys in MMA with good striking besides Matt Serra and Charles Oliveira. Gilbert Burns wasn't too bad. McKenzie's no, are there no jiu-jitsu people with good hands? My boy Benny Dalrouche for a second. Eventually, they just, I don't know. Awesome fight. Tai had cleaner striking than I expected. Honestly, I love these kids. I want to see them go to the moon. Always rooting for both brothers. With that said, honest, no BS assessment is Tai seems to lack any semblance of natural power in his hands. At this level, 1FC, he should do fine, but I don't see him rounding out his skills enough to be elite in MMA. Power can be developed with better technique. See Ilya Topuria, I can't say his name right, who didn't have a KO until his eighth fight 5 years into the sport. Definitely not saying Tai will ever have that level of power, but he has only learned striking for a couple of years. It's way too early to know how far their striking can go after just 1 to 2 fights. There's time to develop. Luckily, he's tall and lanky, so he can get away with having a style relying on kicks at range and knees and elbows in the pocket like Jones or RDR. I don't know. Quan says he might do well. I don't know. Can you beat Khabib in some grappling? Who knows? Who knows? In the gi? Oh, yeah, in the gi for sure. In the gi? Heck yeah. I think I could beat Khabib. No gi, too. What are you going to do, body lock past me? He needs a striking coach and to train 18 months just striking before taking another fight. That's true. But will they put that time into getting their striking right? Probably not. One going to offer them a fight probably by the end of this year. So honestly, sometimes when you're too good, you don't have the proper amount of time to develop. That happened to Jacare Souza. He was fighting killers when he first fought MMA. Andre Galvao was fighting Woodley. He shouldn't have been fighting Woodley his first match. So the Rotulos too, and they're gonna only fight better people. So they really do need that 18 months just to be able to learn how to protect themselves. But I don't know if they're gonna get that. I'm not gonna put Helen on here. I don't want to talk about her. I thought I had another video. I don't want to see that one. I could have sworn I had a video. Let me see real quick. Ooh. I saw. Oh, that scared me. I was like, well, "Who's that pregnant lady?" I know I had another video somewhere, guys. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Was that it? This might have been it. Them up kicks. My man could have gone out. My man was about to get taken out. Quan said, "Quan, where you at, Quan?" Quan, where are you? Did you chip the tooth recently? No, I've had it for a while, brother. Thanks for noticing. Guys, it's his first fight. How are you going to judge his career already? People don't develop until their 10th fight. That's true. Well, they're not going to give him that patience. They're not going to give him time to develop. They want to see him fight now. They're trying to make money off of him. It says in the amateurs, you can fight guys at your level more often than UFC. Well, they didn't go to amateurs. He went straight. He's fighting a really good up and coming kid. The first fight. Galvao's first fight was Luke Stewart. Oh, I thought it was that his first professional fight or first amateur fight? Because he did fight Tyrone Woodley pretty early. Please check that for me. I'm not sure. 10 fights is a lot of damage. Yeah, 10 fights. You might not have 10 fights in you. Look at this fight. Look how much damage he took in this one fight. His first fight.
Hey, Devin. Kneel. Strong. Follow me. Keep trying. Get out of there. Pass. Hands.
You see his kicks coming from a mile away. Just step in, snap it. There we go. My hand, nice and sharp. Just a little more focus. Nice. There you go. Stay calm, stay patient right here. Keep going to the triangle. Turn over. Get up. You got it. Stand up. Watch your neck in there. Hand fight. Let's go. Back to the mat. Hand fight, Adrian. Stay calm. You're good here. Hand fight. Keep hand fighting. Bring that back to the mat.
them up kicks. Those up kicks. Homeboy almost went out. Do you have more empathy for Mikey after selling out? Not really. Mikey did reach out to me. That's the only reason I'm going more easy on him. I'm still not defending Mikey's decisions, but I'm trying not to go too hard on him. Why do you think grapplers like to strike in street fights, then strikers like to grapple in street fights? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't be street fighting. They shoot you over here. We don't street fight over here in Atlanta. I feel like grapplers usually try to, I don't know, they might kick you a little bit and I don't think you want to touch people. Do you want to touch random people? I don't. That's why I always strike. Get away from me. You smell them? Yeah, get away. Kick them and punch them away. Asian power. Patoya really only uses jiu-jitsu since he's been champion, so it can work. Okay. I mean, I didn't say jiu-jitsu wasn't working. Yeah. So I'm hoping. I mean, he took a lot of damage. Yeah, he definitely took a lot of damage. Not much I can say. I'm kind of with Mushmaster. He needs some more training. We all need more training, right? Someone says, stop saying BJJ should be more like wrestling to get more views. No one watches wrestling. Uh-oh. They're saying that, wrestlers. I didn't say that. The Reddit people are saying that. I didn't say that. The Reddit people were saying that. It says, in every discussion about how we can make BJJ more spectator friendly, people bring up, look at how wrestling does it, or penalize pulling guard people wanting to see takedowns. Even though, except for the Olympics, neither freestyle, folk style, or Greco-Roman wrestling has ever been a spectator sport, drawing in millions of views. I think the NCAA does draw in millions of views. With big paydays, they don't get the big paydays. Well, NIL they do, but not from winning NCAAs, like CJI is doing. BJJ should not be more like wrestling if the goal is to get more spectators that don't practice the sport, because only people that wrestle watch wrestling. Says, hey, I just noticed Mikey did the Simple Man podcast. I'm happy to see them come together. It's not all that serious. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe Mikey will join their team. You know, he's about due to change teams. I'm sorry, Mikey. It's true though. Jason Whitfield, what's up, man? He says Ty did well for his first fight. That was a tough opponent. His brother is the one championship welterweight champion, and Ty is talented in jiu-jitsu. His striking will never catch up. I trust his coaches. But some of his defenses were off. That's what they're saying. His hands were down. You know, he not good enough to keep his hands down. So, Danny Chopper, what's up, brother? He does need more training just to protect himself. You know, Roy Jones Jr. said it properly. Most people don't want to. They want to spar, but they don't want to learn all the intricacies of boxing. You know, how to defend all the punches, the defenses, the footwork. You can't skip that stuff. How are you going to be an MMA fighter and you're not really delving into these sports like boxing and wrestling and jiu-jitsu? Which is fine if you want to be just a regular fighter. Someone says, I don't get why people in the community think it has the potential to be a spectator sport for those that don't train. Even up the purple belt, I didn't care to watch jiu-jitsu for jiu-jitsu's sake, only if I heard it was a good match. Every sport has its subtleties, but jiu-jitsu takes it to a whole nother level. Wrestling and judo are way easier to understand to a casual, and their viewing numbers are low. Honestly, they should be higher. They should be way higher. Judo should be way higher. Someone says, I don't expect nobody to care about about the tournaments I watch. I don't expect them to do good numbers, and I don't try and get people to watch. Sure, I invite everyone to jiu-jitsu, but I do to everything I do. Okay, I don't know what that was. I have no idea why this sub is so preoccupied with attempting to make this sport mainstream. Just put your pajamas on and enjoy choking people while occasionally being able to watch it online. Its popularity is only because of the enjoyability of the practice itself. Also, attempts to make combat sports more spectator friendly just messes them up. Standing up Hulk Standing up Hulk with that stalling call ruined the match and almost the entire team's chances. Passes take time. Standing up Hamzat when he was in Dreykus's guard with a minute left was one of the most mind-blowing and potentially fight-ruining decisions by a ref I've ever seen. And they recently tried to remove wrestling from the Olympics. That was almost over a decade ago. Two decades ago? No. 2012, they tried to get the Olympics out of there, or wrestling out of the Olympics. They're bashing views on U.S. Or they're basing views on U.S. Okay, that's true. We don't even think about other countries, Europe and Asia. We just think about America usually. Well said. The real question people are asking is, how do we monetize and make as much money as possible from BJJ? And my answer is that please don't do that. Don't do it at all. That's what they're saying. I believe that more exposure to the sport will get more people practicing, which is always good. But I really don't care if BJJ becomes a mainstream sport. Well, that's because you got no skin in the game. Now, if you're a professional jiu-jitsu athlete, you want jiu-jitsu to become more mainstream. He says, in fact, selfishly, I hope it doesn't. It will have to morph into a bastardized version of itself if it has any shot of becoming a mainstream spectator sport. They are trying to add too much BS to it in order to attract people who are only interested in watching bones break and hyping up silly drama. I have no interest in that. I just want to practice, preach, and watch good martial arts. The thing is, if you want better martial artists, better jiu-jitsu athletes, it has to get to the point where they can do that full time. Now, if your athletes are over here doing camps and doing private lessons and they got their 9 to 5, they're over here building warehouses and construction work, they're not going to have time to be as good. Says if you're stalling for multiple minutes and not moving, that's not ruining the sport, that's promoting engagement. Says that's a pretty good take. I definitely think we need better ambassadors of the sport as well. I love Craig Jones because I can relate to his sense of humor, but that Riz doesn't play well with the mainstream, and I think that's going to be UFC's challenge as well with all of their grappling sports. Grappling sports can't compete with or siphon off MMA's market. They should be swinging the other way and be trying to bring in kids and hobbyists who actually want to practice it. It's brands. It's basically the safer version of MMA that is cooler and more accessible than wrestling. To tap that market, BJJ will need a more wholesome and respectable figurehead who will convince parents to sign their kids up for it, not because they want their kids to be stone cold killers, but because they view it as a healthy sport that develops character, discipline, and self-defense and self-confidence. Kind of like how parents view scholastic wrestling programs today. If BJJ leans too hard into violence and clownery, which it seems to be, that might attract more of a single male demographic, but it is definitely going to scare away the parents and the straight edge hobbyists. So yeah, if you want to have a school, that's who your clientele is. I mean, of course, you're always going to have that single male demographic, but you really want the kids and the parents supporting your school. For the dude complaining, no one forcing you to watch the mainstream shows. You can watch your IBJF tournaments all you want while we watch more spectator-friendly events, something for everyone. Traditional boxing doesn't work very well in MMA because of the stances, just like Muay Thai. All the classical training like that isn't needed. Thai in the right spot for MMA training. I still think you need to hone your skills with the masters. Who's the master of MMA striking? You guys can say what's the guy with the catch wrestling guy? I can't remember his name. You guys can say he's really good, but I do think you need to have some. I'm not saying you need to perfect the traditional boxing, but you need to learn the foundations of boxing. You still need to learn the foundational boxing movements, the foundation of Muay Thai. Like you can't take that away. You still got to learn those art forms. I mean, you can try to be good at MMA by learning from MMA pure MMA people, but I mean, I ain't seen no champion that just trained MMA solely by itself and got really good. I could be wrong. Maybe Jason Whitfield knows. I think if you're doing MMA and you want to be great, you got to master some of those other skill sets, or at least get them to a high level. I think of GSP. You know, GSP be training everything: gymnastics, boxing, wrestling. I'm not saying you can't do. Of course, you got to do your MMA training, but I think you do need to go to the real masters of those art forms. It's like if you learn MMA from a jiu-jitsu, like if you learn jiu-jitsu from an MMA jiu-jitsu fighter, like, I don't think it's going to be that good. They might show you some good stuff, but I think if you want to get really good jiu-jitsu at MMA, you got to find the jiu-jitsu people that were able to port their skills over to MMA. You know, guys like Ryan Hall, Damian Maya, people like that. I could be wrong. I'm not gonna go out there and get punched in the head. My striking is terrible. People watch sports because it's exciting to watch and looks fun to do. That's what will attract more people. That is true. Evan Tanner became champion training MMA and watching VHS tapes. Yeah, but that was like 20 years ago. And what happened to Evan Tanner? Tell me what happened to my man Evan Tanner. I'm not saying that had anything to do with anything. John Wick was a big step in the right direction. We just need a kid-friendly BJJ martial arts movie. I don't know if we'll get that. Ironically, the best grappling style to watch is sumo. Short, quick matches, explosive. That is true. Sumo is a good spectator sport. A lot of dramatic upsets and storylines, tournaments every 2 months, etc. If people got past the fact that they look like chubby, the guys look chubby and wear mawashi, it would probably be a lot more popular outside of Japan and a few other regions. That's true. Sumo kind of already figured out everything. Sumo got everything. You can do your judo moves. You can't really do jiu-jitsu moves. He did pass away hiking. He came up during a different time period, you know. All you needed back then was ground and pound. You didn't need nothing else. Let's see. It says the NCAA finals drew 700,000 live viewers. CGI peaked at 143,000 or so. Cade versus Tackett, well, it was also on ESPN. NCAAs were definitely on ESPN. That's not a fair comparison. And CGI was on YouTube. It says Cade and Tackett, which I think people would agree is the best match of all time. I don't know if I agree to that. It was exciting, but it wasn't the best match. It was sitting at 1.4 million views on YouTube 1 year later. Gable and Wyatt currently sitting at 1.3 million views on YouTube with 5 months later. Also notice how CGI struggled to make a rule set for a team duel, yet wrestling has perfected team duels for a century. All fair points. So based on this, should BJJ copy wrestling more based on that, or accept that it's a different sport and go its own way? Maybe lean towards MMA crowd. I've been vocal in the past that BJJ should adopt some wrestling rules. For one, in events like Quintet, just follow how wrestling does team duels, way better. For two, stalling needs to be called as often in BJJ as wrestling, which is to say a lot. Wrestling puts the staller on a shot clock. There should be some equivalent in BJJ, maybe a shot clock where you need to advance position in 30 seconds or the other person scores. Third, push-outs in wrestling score points, not just a reset, but not just a reset like in BJJ. If you go out of bounds, I score, plain and simple. Fourth, I always like the 2 periods in wrestling versus the 1 long match. Finally, I think guard pulling should be completely banned. If you're a guard player and that's all you're good at, you need to accept being taken down before you can play it. Nah, that's not true. I don't like that rule. If you just sit, you are penalized. Give up a single leg for 2 points or something if you want to butt scoot that badly. I don't think that's ever going to work out. It says pulling guard versus accepting a takedown are very different. When you pull guard, you have more control of where you end up and can actually establish a good guard. If you have to allow a takedown, this lets your opponent get good grips actually, and potentially end up in a better position. A big part of BJJ is being able to fight and sub from the bottom. Allow people to do that without penalty. The guard pulling hate makes no sense. The thing is, people are they're gonna game the system. Even in ADCC, you can pull guard. You just gotta be in a turtle position for, I forget how long. Let's say 30 seconds, and then you can pull. Mushmaster says either penalize pulling or take make takedowns worth more. Yeah, I think takedowns should be worth more because they're kind of hard to hit anyway. Maybe 3 points or 4 points, 4-point takedown. Now, you got to be hard on stalling when the person gets a takedown and ends up on top. You got to be hard on stalling and have a shot clock and stuff. My advice is, and everybody wants to talk and say, do this, do that. I say make a tournament. It doesn't have to be a big tournament. And play out the rules. Try it out, test it out, and do it. Maybe it works better. Because if we're waiting on ADCC or CJI or somebody to come up with better rules, it's not going to happen. So maybe I'll do something. I just need some resources, and I'll find some athletes, and we'll try to work out the best scoring system. Escapes from dominant positions should be awarded points. I've seen some tournaments. Bull Terrier Open had it. If you reverse from turtle or mount, you got some points. Maybe a point or two. Jason Whitfield says Eric Paulson. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. Is Ty's coach, and Eric is one of the greatest minds in MMA. I've watched a good amount of their training. They are doing striking daily. Andre Galvao would, I'm sure, guide them to Eric. The thing is, his striking would look bad. It looked terrible. I'm not saying that's Eric's fault, but you telling me an old school boxing coach wouldn't have his hands up a little bit higher, more consistently? I don't know. I'm not an MMA guy. I don't have resources. I don't have the knowledge on MMA, so maybe you're right. I do think it's okay to have more than one coach. Maybe do some boxing classes, do some kickboxing, do something. I like Eric Paulson. He also kind of old, and he was fighting back in the 90s and 80s, right? What's the next big BJJ show coming up? We got if you guys don't know, I got a bet with Mr. Josiah that if Gianni Grippo doesn't win EBI, it's this weekend on Friday. Alec Balding Invitational, yeah. If Gianni Grippo does not win EBI this weekend, Josiah, you guys know Josiah in the chat room, he can no longer talk about Gianni Grippo in our chat ever again. So that's our rule. That's our bet we got going on. Eric is a great grappling coach, not striking. Well, Jason Whitfield said he's a great striking coach. He's the greatest minds in MMA. Again, I don't know too much about Eric Paulson. I do remember he was, friends with Hickson, and he was doing, ADCCs back in the day, but it was about 20, almost 30 years ago, basically. There's Josiah. So again, if Gianni Grippo does not have a good showing at EBI, if he's out that first round, Josiah, no more. I'm not sure about the rule changes. I would like to see push-out points at least. They could add that pretty easily. Some push-out points. We just saw that match. Did they have any more matches? Yeah, I'm looking for the push-out points. My Brazilian compatriots be jumping out of the ring. Let's watch a little bit more. Let's see. 4 submissions. Oh, they just added that. Josiah said he's going to get all this Grippo out. This is from ADCC European Trials. Oh, I missed that. Who's that? Hello. What is her name? Oh, no, she lost. The Europeans are looking good, man. Jason says Eric Paulson has multiple coaches teaching there. Eric is not a great striker. He's a great MMA fighter. If you're doing MMA, I think that's the most important thing. We'll see, man. I just think they need to, keep their minds open. I think Eric Paulson's great, but, I think, if they want to be the best, they need to keep their minds open. I mean, who else is Eric Paulson? Has he taken anybody to the highest levels in the last decade? I'm not saying it's not impossible, but nice Darce here. That's a very tight Darce. Dang. Yeah, that's tight. That's it. Yeah, they're not my students. I can't coach them. Jed Hugh. Isn't that the kid that fights a lot? Yeah, that kid. How's it? Jason Whitfield likes Eric Paulson, and he likes what's my other guy? He likes Eric Paulson and Gordon Ryan. Declan Moody did good that tournament. He's gonna be a nightmare to deal with. Since I just looked at EBI 25 roster and it's pretty stacked. Ethan Krinelstein, Keith Krikorian, Ben Eddy, even Bryce Mitchell, Gianni might be cooked. So yeah, I think I'm gonna win this bet. I think I'm gonna win this bet. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I'm gonna win this bet. Hey, Marlon Tajik, he's a good kid out of Sweden. Kid in the brown. Now he looks like he's been taking all the supplements at Otto's. Otto's got him looking strong. And how come everybody that go to Otto's got the same body build? Sanitari's good too. He's a pretty tough guy. Did he win the tournament? Oh, did Sanitary get caught? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like he's about to get caught. Yeah, he's about to get caught. No? Oh, he did his leg. Oh, what the heck was that? I don't know who this girl is. Oh, she got the Adele mirror lock. The mirror lock armbar. Hey. Brock Lesnar, Josh Barnett, Ken Shamrock, Renato Sobral, Club Swanson. Are those in the last decade, though? Jason. Club Swanson, the last guy. He might be pushing a decade. All right. Nice. Jason Whitfield going to defend his favorites. I think Cup's the only small guy in that group. Ferris did okay, too. He won Nogi World Masters Worlds. Them dudes fought ages ago. Jason, I think Cub Swanson the youngest guy on that list. I'm not saying Eric Paulson's not good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Rotulos might need some better striking coaches. They might just need some better striking coaches. Oliver Taza, poor Oliver Taza, bro. Poor Oliver Taza actually he's been competing better. That was nice. How did he do that? Wait a second. Oh, the guy fed his foot in? Or did he step over? Oh, he's okay. He trapped it. All right, nice, Taza. Taza been doing good, man. The Rotulos and Sarah Gaval are the only ones who look natty at Otto's. Sarah not gonna be there too long. Sarah not gonna be there too long. Sarah too close to the source. Sarah Gaval gonna be Super Sarah after this tournament, after this fight. Nice. What is that? Kind of like a Matrix K-guard entry where you hook the leg. What is that called? Oh, that's pretty. Kind of a lateral knee bar, kind of. No. Grab his heel, bro. Grab his heel. Okay. K-guard entry. Let's see how he gets in there. Feet's under. Into the Ashi. All right. Inside. You could have done outside. Go spin under. Inside spin. Yeah, he got the heel. That's it. That. Go ahead and tap her. That was a nice entry. Smother choke. Uh-oh. She hit the mother's milk? I've never seen a girl hit the mother's milk. I mean, I guess it makes sense a girl could do the mother's milk pretty well. You got to be very talented to hit that mother's milk, aka the smother choke. I wish I could do European trials. That's way easier than American trials. Hey. Oh. I don't know those guys. Taza in the BJ. Taza's the BJJ gatekeeper, Mount Rushmore. Yeah. He's good, man. He just hasn't had that success, you know. Says, wheat does age. What does age have to do with the price of tea in China? People discard a lot of great coaches and fighters because that is true. That is true. Marlon Tachik again, because of age. I watched their training; it's top notch. I'm gonna have to watch it too. I don't know what their training looking like. Who beat Marlon Tachik at the trials? You know what? You don't see no Atos guys. Well, I guess. Of course, the Dagestani guys are coming through now. Hey. Them Dagestani guys, you know, they got some wrestling. You know, Jason Whitfield got to defend the old guys. I don't know what leg lock he's got. Knee bar? Lateral knee bar? Okay. I thought that was Wojcik for a second. Marcin, that's the kid that lost in the finals. He might win the next trial, though. Reverse close guard. Uh-oh, what's he going to do? Hip lock? Yeah, hip lock. Lateral knee bar? I forget the name of this, like a lock. Hip lock or whatever. No, he's done. He's all right. Outside heel hook. Yep. Aoki lock. They have more submissions than CJI. They have more submissions than all of CJI. But to be fair, you know, they got some scrubs out there. Do you think Adele? I don't know, man. I don't know. She kind of had a hotbed. That's nice, Aoki. She kind of had a hotbed of vitamins. So who knows, man? I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate on that one. I do like Adele. I'm Team Adele. Sanitary versus Ferris. Who won this match? I fought Sanitary, bro. I was like, what the heck am I fighting? Uh-oh. I think he doesn't win this one. Inside heel hook. Yeah, that's it. Declan Moody. Can Australians do both tournaments? They can do the trials, European trials and the Australian now in the Asian trials. I don't know, man. Mirror lock. All these girls copying Adele. Why are you copying Adele? No, that's it. It's over. You saw how her arm bent? That was it. She done for.
Declaration, please. Lucas Lopez Vida. Stick the gate left foot. Nizar Bernardo Kamal.
Dang. Took that girl out quick. Mark McQueen, rear naked choke. Oh, that's that big guy. Josiah defending his man. It's all good, man. Get it out your system now, Josiah. Who are some of the biggest names you fought? I don't know, bro. We saw this match earlier. Marcin did pretty good. He had a pretty good guard. He went in on Friday. We'll see, bro. We will see. Josiah, I'm going to miss you, bro. I'm going to miss you talking about Grippo, man. Get it out your system, bro. You got today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think am I streaming Friday? I might have to stream early on Friday. Yeah, I might stream early on Friday before. Heck, I might stream on Saturday. I want to see Josiah. I want to see Josiah in the chat on Friday, Saturday. I want to see Josiah in the chat probably Saturday or Sunday. We'll see. I got a trip coming up this weekend, so I'll see. I want to see what Mr. Josiah is going to say. I did all my Reddit stories? Heck no. Talking about my judo people, we got Mr. Mr. Handyman over here, Mr. Travis Stevens over here working hard. We got a little bit of debate going on that, I think Travis Stevens, I'm not saying he's wasting his time. I'm sure he's making some good money. The construction guys, those build-out guys make some good money. But I just think I'd rather see him helping people get ready for the Olympics. America needs you, Travis Stevens. We ain't got no Olympic medalist, Travis Stevens. We need you. Now, I'm not saying come back to the sport of judo and represent America, but we need you to help train some of these people. Because otherwise, everybody in America got to go to Japan. They can't get no good training here when they need it. So we need Travis Stevens to come through.
Double springs here on the edge, so we're really firm here, but where we're losing it is on the tip of the edge, where it still has that ability to flex on that end. So what we did was we cut 4.5-inch blocks for the corner piece, and then we're going to do 3 per board so that the eye hole hits so that it's resting. And that way, once it's blocked in there, we throw this. This gets really stiff. Now I can walk onto this corner and I'm not worried about that thing bottoming out or the screws popping through on the top. It's a cheap fix. It's an easy fix. And we give it a really good look and feel.
MacTube says, if Gianni loses and he mentions him again, is he blocked? Well, he can't bring it up. I can bring it up. He just can't bring it up. I can say, hey, Gianni lost the match. Okay, we're no longer talking about him again, ever again. That's it. It's over. Yeah, he can't bring him up at all. I don't block people. I just put them on timeout. Now, I put Marley on timeout one time. He went nuclear that time. He said, nobody ever talked to me this way. I said, bro, you got to take a little timeout. So, yeah, you just get a little timeout, I'm telling him to get it out of his system now. Speaking of which, let me throw my Cash App on there. If you guys are, I know some of you guys are celebrating that Josiah, will no longer be able to talk about Grippo no more. So I'm going to throw that up on the Cash App. Let's see. Uh-oh, hit the wrong button. Who's calling me? There we go. We're going to post it on the Snapchat here. Not Snapchat, the Cash App. if you guys want to celebrate Josiah no longer being able to talk about about Homeboy, go ahead and hit that Cash App. If you're ready to celebrate Josiah no longer being able to talk about Grippo. I'll just throw that up there. If you guys are finally happy that Josiah can no longer talk about Grippo, go ahead and hit that cash out. All right, that's it for my spiel for today. Moving forward, we got Moneyberg and Gordon Ryan. You know, my man Gordon definitely sold out. He sold out a long time ago. And you know, he can do whatever he wants. You know, we do whatever he wants. Mikey can do whatever he wants. Well, now if they defend Moneyberg, I have to say something. But if they just want to live their life and sell out or do whatever they want, they can do that. Do that. Gordon says 2 of the most hated men in jiu-jitsu at the best restaurant in Texas. All right. Note to self, don't ever go to that restaurant. Don't ever go to that restaurant. I can't afford it either. They won't see me there. I see one of my homeboys. He says, Dale sucks. How much did he pay you to be his friend? I mean, he gave my man a watch. I don't know if he gave him that watch. He definitely gave him a truck. Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up, MacTube. MacTube, why would you do that? MacTube, no. Get out of here, MacTube. Erase that post, bro. Get that post out of here, bro. Get that post out of here. MacTube, why would you post that? Man, erase that post, man, or I'm going to erase it for you. Erase that post, bro. Why you gonna poke the bear? I can poke the bear. I don't want you poking the bear. Mark Coleman says solid. Oh wait, he says both richer and more famous than you. They love saying that. Dell sucks. How much did he pay you for? Okay. Nighttime Rose says, what did I miss? Went out to Tokyo for the night. Okay. I got a bet with me and Josiah got a bet. That if Grippo loses EBI or doesn't win EBI or doesn't have a good showing, he can no longer talk about Grippo on the stream. So, and now I got MacTube over here poking Josiah. That's basically what's going on now. That's basically what we got going on right now. So, now we're talking about Gordon hanging out with his best friend Moneyberg, who I mean I don't want to be near any of those guys. Now, Jason Whitfield said he would love to be sitting at that table, sniffing Moneyberg socks, but I don't think I could do that. How long will you take it? How long will it take you to ruin this relationship too? Give it a couple years. Gordon says, well, thankfully, Derek Moneyberg has not yet proven to be a complete scumbag like all the others who themselves ruined our relationship. He is a level-headed and kind friend that gives me money. Make him take a bath and drink his water. But is he a real black belt from those 3.5 years of training? In your opinion, do you call him Derek or his real name Dale? How much do I need to pay for you to pretend you're my friend too? You gotta pay them hourly rates, bro. You gotta pay them private rates per hour. That dinner, that's 2 private lessons right there. Birds of a feather. Do you guys make out with socks on too, or just jiu-jitsu? The most dangerous black belt in the game, and Gordon Ryan. How much did you get paid for this post? Probably a lot. He definitely didn't pay for dinner. Moneyberg paid for dinner, yeah. 7 figures and the belt off Amazon. More than you'll earn all year. Moneyberg, bro. Moneyberg. I like Moneyberg a little bit. Now he's delusional, and you know I probably gonna scam people allegedly, but he got some good funny one-liners. You know, more than you'll earn all year. I like these guys because they tell you they just tell you that you broke and that they're richer than you. You know, that's all they can say. That's all they got. That's all they can say. I mean, Gordon can say he won more than everybody. Okay, he can say that, but at what cost? Josiah says he's winning this bet, but I mean, I already got some money in my Cash App. The Cash App is saying that you're not gonna win, Josiah. Nighttime World says, with the ecological approach, I think he is done. I don't see any other any of Garcia's BJJ left in him. Yeah, he need to go now. If Grippo would go train with Marcelo, I would increase his odds of winning. Mac2 says, I have to know. I literally see him talking about Grippo. That's just his thing on every BJJ outlet. Yeah. Don't ask him on those outlets, though. Don't ask him on the chat. We trying to stop him from talking about Grippo. Moneybird, what a laughing stock. Who exactly is Moneybird? Bro, you out of the loop, bro. Where you been, bro? You new to the stream? He's Gordon Ryan's best friend. Gianni will win. I'm not going to say if I was there or not, but who do you think took the pics of these two? The waitress. Hopefully they slipped them a 10, a 20 or something. Hopefully they tipped. If that's the best restaurant, they must have left a good tip, right? Moneybird look like he might not tip very, very well. He gonna tip below average. Some of us make money and also a set of balls. Try it. Some of us have money and also a set of balls. I see you. You can earn all the money in the world. You'll never earn our respect. Sorry, I had to laugh my LMAO. When you hip escape, do your feet slide because of the socks? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, it's true. Says Derek Moneyberg won't be long before he flips on you and puts out a massive post about how you got that belt. Why aren't you wearing his rashie? Well, they're not Danaher. They're not gonna wear the rash guard everywhere. He didn't pay him enough. I sold them all. He might have sold them all. If you guys got an extra Moneyberg rash guard, let me borrow one. If there was ever a post to turn the comments off on, yeah, if you guys got a Moneyberg rash guard, send it to me. I'll put that on the stream for at least a week. Johnny and I will win. Watch. Okay, 7% body fat. Yeah, 7% body fat. How? You gonna sit in the corner while he does the deed? How much did he pay you? It's nice when the black belt and white belt hang out. Yeah, this dude looks like Andre the Giant, Danny DeVito, and Gene Simmons rolled up into one guy. That's pretty true. Proof that actually even the richest BJJ guy is broke. The richest BJJ guy is Bernardo. He signs Gordon's checks, and aside from that fact, is an absolute treasure to the sport. Let's see. Only one guy does BJJ. That's true. Let's see. Riches and fame won't get you to eternal salvation. Well, they gonna try. I confidently believe I tap Tummyberg and I'm a white belt. They're definitely 69 and later. Maybe. Gordon got paid to post this. Sellout. One is hated for being too good and the other for being so bad. Nobody loves Gordon Ryan more than Gordon Ryan, and yet in the hierarchy of BJJ, still less famous and wealthy than Craig, so know your place. Celebrating the first black belt stripe. How could you sit with this guy? Dude's a straight up disrespect to the thing you revolve your world around. I'd rather be broke and homeless than rich and look like Moneybird. That might be pretty true. Would you guys rather be rich, but you gotta look like Moneybird, or be broke, but you could keep your same looks? I gotta keep my same looks and be broke and be streaming in the basement, you know? It says, that's funny because I'm not sure Moneyberg knows what a hip escape is. Well, Gordon and Mikey and everybody else be defending him left and right. I'm not into sushi anyways. He has a Russian-Ukrainian last name, so he might be in the mafia. Well, that's not his real name. Moneyberg, that ain't his real name. His name is Dale something. I don't remember his last name. Mikey finally came out and posted saying no one's going to get a black belt in 2.5 years. I don't care who you are. Mikey better not switch up next year. I don't know. Mikey be changing that date all the time. He said it was 3 years, 3.5 years, and it was 3 years, 2.5 years. I don't know what to believe. Man, what's being rich and famous when you have no real friends, just ones who want something from you? That autism has y'all not reading people's true intentions. Well, they can't. Gordy, you forgot to mention that you are two of the most insecure men on earth. Richer, more famous, and will forever be more insecure than all of us. What a feather in your cap, Gordy. systematically turning on comments. I have 100K to put in escrow to spar your boyfriend. He looks like a third grader's Play-Doh project. Come on, man. How can you negate the skepticism? You would be the first person to call him out prior to your fame and money. Let's be honest. Why are they changing the location for ADCC to Poland? Vegas was perfect. Vegas too expensive, though. Let's be honest, everybody. Vegas is too expensive. Now, Poland, you guys going to live good in Poland. You're going to have to take a flight. The plane flight going to suck, but you're going to be living good in Poland. You're going to be eating good, hotel. No, they ain't got no crazy fees like they got in Vegas. You're going to have a good time. The girl's going to be prettier. Let's be honest. The girl's going to be prettier in Poland. The weather might be better. There might be water, history. The food's going to be good. Sunlight. Yeah, Poland, bro. Poland, nice. I'm just a BJJ fan, but absolutely schools will start marketing 3-year black belt programs, $5K a month, whatever their price is. They do it in aviation. 2 weeks to become a pilot, 3 months to become a flight instructor. Wow. Dang. The sexual tension between these two is wild. Uh-oh. Gordon has been lonely lately. Can't wait to see Gordon Ryan Invitational with private donor. What BJJ rank has Moneyberg earned through a deep understanding and demonstrated application of the art and competitive roles against similar ranked opponents? Imagine this guy was the anonymous donator who got the money for CGI. That's not true. You would hear about it if Moneyberg gave some money. He would talk about it on his podcast. Best restaurant is a bit of a stretch. Money can buy you a black belt for your information. Only one man is in jiu-jitsu. The other one is paying for company. How much to watch you? God damn. Why are you guys posting that? Let's see. I don't really see. You can really tell you're not famous when you have to keep reminding the only community who knows who you are how famous you are. There isn't a bigger fan of Gordon Ryan than Gordon Ryan. You aren't a king when you have a crown to yourself. All right, that's basically it for that post there. Is that Danaher? Oh, it's from the wedding.
There's never been more questions than what John Danaher was wearing to this wedding. I got asked about 45 times what John Danaher was wearing to this wedding. And
hey, John, how are you?
Looking sharp.
You look great.
Damn. Holy shit.
Leather jacket, Louis Vuitton belt, rash guard underneath. My God. This is going to be world news.
We can't dress in jiu-jitsu. John Danaher, what a weirdo. Yeah, well, at least he put a jacket on. Now, that was not the proper attire jacket, I was expecting a suit jacket, tuxedo jacket, something, sport jacket, something. He got the leather jacket on, at least, and he got his rash guard on. It says ASCC doesn't revolve around America. It's a global event. We can't just keep gatekeeping. ADCC? ASCC, ADCC. Vegas, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. For Americans, Vegas not terrible. It's expensive, though. Vegas is expensive for everybody. And then my Europeans and my Canadians and my South Americans, they probably can't even get into America some places. So we'll see. You guys know the Polish people got a lot of influence on ADCC. And it was supposed to travel anyway. Got Mr. JB. What you got? He says he's got the new JB1 wrestling shoes. Hey, I like them. Hey. All right, my man JB got some shoes. I got some JB1s over here somewhere. Not JB1s, JB Asics. All right. I do need some new wrestling shoes. I do need to get some new wrestling shoes. I'm gonna try to cover as much as I can. We got about 40 more minutes. Whose baby mama is this? That's Amit Allure. I think they're too young. What do I know though, man? I ain't got no kids I know of, but I think she's too young. What do I know though? What do I know? She is engaged. I hope they get married before the kid comes out. Just I'm a little bit more conservative on that. Nighttime World says, I went to a women's wrestling camp in Tokyo, and it's next level. The women, I like Yui Sasaki. I'm a big fan of hers and some of the other ladies wrestling over there. Who has a kid at 22? Like, really? She's not even 22. How old is it? How old is she? I think she's 21, bro. Let's see. Elor, how old are you? Respectfully, of course, respectfully. I do think they're pretty young, and I think there's some cultural stuff. And where is the kid gonna grow up? Mika ain't got no American citizenship. Is she gonna move to Brazil? We'll see. I think there's a lot of questions that we want to know. Kids having kids, I guess they got money. Well, Mika got a little bit of money, but that kid is gonna cost a lot of money to raise. That ain't gonna be no normal kid. Where's the supplements? I didn't ask about supplements. She is 21. I guess you were right. Did you say 21? She 21 for a good couple months too. How old is Mika then? Is he 21 too? He is 21 too. They're some babies. They were born in 2003. Oh dang, that's crazy. Yeah, they're kind of young. I don't know, man. What do I know, man? I don't know, man. Kids having kids, I guess they got money. They do got a little bit of money. They got at least $500,000 easily, maybe more. Sheesh. Mike convinced me to go to Poland instead of Thailand. You should be a rep for him. Yeah, they need to pay me. Everybody need to be paying me. I be hyping over everybody's stuff up. I be hyping. Well, I didn't hype up PGF. I be hyping who's number one, ADCC, CJI. Come on, people. Congrats to Gary Tonin getting married. Now, don't go. Congrats to him, but don't go to his girl's page. I made that mistake. I went to his girl's page. I was looking for pictures from the wedding. And I saw some other pictures that I wasn't supposed to see. So don't go. Do not go to her page. And do not look at them pictures. We'll see how long this marriage lasts. Jason says Brazil is a third world country. It's going to live in America where we have food. Brazil's nice though. I think they got universal health care over there. But how is she gonna she still wants to represent America, but then she wants to live in Brazil. It's going to be hard for Mika to get citizenship in America. Maybe he can get a job. He could probably get a green card. But to get that green card, he's going to have to establish himself at a gym. Maybe fight sports or maybe somewhere. I don't know. I think Mamit trains in New York. Maybe he would have to move to New Jersey or New York or somewhere. I don't know. I just see a lot of things that can go wrong. Marriage is hard itself. Marriage is hard. Yeah, 2003. Marriage is hard, and now you got different cultures, long distance. They've been long distance for a long time. She's a professional athlete. He's a professional athlete. I just see a lot of things that can go wrong. Is that just me? Am I? Maybe I see stuff you guys can't see. I just think the parents, hey, get to know each other a little bit longer. I know you guys been dating for about 5 years, whatever. That ain't much. What is that? 16, 17? I don't know when they started dating. 19, maybe 18. 18 plus 5. No. I don't know when they met each other. People, I don't know. People change and grow. They still young. And let's be honest, Amit hasn't really had the most life. Girls got to go experience life and have the hot girl summer. She didn't have no hot girl summer. She skipped that. But it's going to come at some point. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's when you got your blue belt, 2003. Yeah, they old enough to be your kids. They could be your kids. I'm hoping for the best for these two people, these two athletes, these two kids. I don't know, man. I just don't take having kids lightly. I know Amit's mom wanted her to find a good, nice Jewish boy, though. I know that for sure. And you guys know Mika gonna have a second family. Nighttime World, thank you, brother. You know Mika gonna have a second family. Come on. She don't know Brazilians. You know my man gonna have a second family. He might already have some other kids. Mika might have another family over there. Yeah, Mika might have another family over there, man. You guys, you guys don't know my Brazilian brothers over there. There have been plenty of world-class women athletes who had children in their prime and came back to win world championships. And Meet will be. I'm not saying she won't be fine. I'm saying the whole relationship might not be fine. I'm saying that relationship got more going against it than it has going forward. But we'll see. Maybe they can make it work out. Now I don't know what country they'll be in or where the baby will be raised or how the baby will be raised. But I wish them the best. Thank you, Nighttime World. I'll take your yen. He says, if you ever come to Japan for a seminar, I'll be there. Just saying, Fat Ninja is in the next Polaris, I think. I believe he is. I'm due for a Japan trip. I went there in 2016, but I need to go back. One of my kids, I got some kids over there. He's been wrestling for Team Japan. MacTube says, well, I'm definitely going to check out her page now. Don't go and do that. Don't you do that. You see, I'm trying hard to stop him, right? Yeah, I'm just hoping for the best. Jason Whitfield's I'm talking about the relationship. Jason Whitfield said Amit gonna be okay. Of course she's gonna be okay. I'm just worried about the relationship, and I can see a lot of stuff going wrong. I don't want to see no baby mamas out here. They look sweet together though, but they We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll skip that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that either. We got about 30 minutes or so. What was that? Mikey, what'd you say there?
Black belt in 3.5 years, unless you're some prodigy that could win worlds. I think that's literally the only way. Like, if you're like a D1 wrestler that's wrestling for a lot of years and you do blue belt worlds, purple belt worlds, brown belt worlds, and you just win them all back to back, you could probably get it in 4 years. But besides that, I think it's very difficult. I do think that you could have knowledge, like certain knowledge of moves and stuff, but actually to physically do it, to train it, all of that stuff, it takes a lot of time. I really don't think anyone deserves a black belt in 3.5 years, unless you're some prodigy that could win worlds. I think that's literally the only way.
All right, you heard it from Mikey himself. I'm not going to go in on him. Declan Moody, he won. Yeah, he won. I think we saw that match too. Yeah, we're not going to rewatch that. There will be some more trials. I'm trying to do trials too, so hopefully I can get out there. Got Mr. Michael Pixley. Pixley did good. Mikey backpedaling. Yep. Jesus Christ, it's so loud out there. If you guys haven't gone to Jiu-Jitsu Con, I suggest you guys go. I had a great time there. I saw a lot of old friends, and I think it's really worth going out there. I can't get rid of that thing. Pixley did really good. Daisy Fresh did a seminar. I think they had a lot of seminars. Lucas Lepre, I think Homolo. I'm not sure Braulio was there. Bro, teach me the spider lasso. Yeah, bro. When I went to Japan, I had to do Asian Championship. I did Bull Terrier Open. I did. What else did I do? I did All Japan Open too. I was out there competing in Japan. They set my ass up though. They about to go full send to the pay. Yeah, don't you do it. Mikey backpedaling. Yeah. So how did Cassia Mora earn her black belt in 18 months? I mean, that girl's amazing. Have you not seen her? That girl's amazing. Did she get it in 18 months? Yeah, but she trained. How long did she train as a kid? She probably just needed money. So Moneybird got his black belt because of money, but because of ego. But Cassia got her belt because I think, she needed to be at black belt to really make more money and probably to get to America. You know. Yeah, to get to America, I think she needed to, to get your green card and to work for some of those companies. Some of this, like if a school wants to have you, like a jiu-jitsu school wants to have someone from Brazil, you got to show that you're high level. If you're an athlete, you got to be a black belt. Basically, I don't know if you're gonna get a job as a brown belt or so. I didn't know she got it in 18 months, but she got the skill. So that's who we're not gonna argue. If you got the skill, we're not gonna argue if you got your black belt. 18 months, 3.5 years, whatever. Now, if you don't have the skill and you get your black belt like Moneyberg, we're going to complain. Nighttime World says the B team is called Simple Man, I think. What a heck of a name. What a whack name. Yeah, well, I would have sat and done a poll or something. I would have done some market research or something. Yeah, I don't know if that was the best name, but that's what they chose. So, we'll see if they're still around in a year or two. Nighttime World says I did the Asian Open in Nagoya as a purple belt. Nice. I believe my man Choi Wan Choi, he did that tournament too. What year was that? We got Mr. Homeboy. What's my homeboy again? What's my homeboy's name again? Dominique Bell. Dominique Bell, why couldn't I remember your name for some reason? He's selling some stuff too.
I'm going to talk to you really quick about the perfect gear bag that just came out for jiu-jitsu.
I'm not making money off
the Goshi waist bag by Gold BJJ. It has a sleek design, very minimalist, clean look, very durable and well constructed. It's got a
jiu-jitsu people, if you're older and you do jiu-jitsu, go ahead and get yourself the fanny pack. Or, maybe get that shoulder bag. Quan had that shoulder bag. The shoulder pack, which is basically a fanny pack. So go ahead and get that if you're older. Go ahead and get that. That's a big one though. Jesus Christ.
New gear bag. Make sure you check out the Goshi waist pack by Gold BJJ.
Yeah, if you guys want that, I don't know what this sponsorship is. I don't make money off that. So if you guys want a new bag, go ahead. Casimora is low-key Adele and Helena level. She's next up. Trust me. She good. I mean, she won her UFC BJJ match. She did good. Is he still Atos or is he Legion now? I really don't know. Well, they're both in San Diego. Technically, all the Legion guys are Atos guys. Andres, Keenan. I'm not sure where he's at. He kind of floated around a little bit. I think he's just living that influencer lifestyle. So I'm not sure. He stopped competing. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he was really good. He just, I don't know, just never had that success. Did everything possible. We already watched this, I think. Where's Jason Whitfield at? Jason Whitfield! His grappling looked good. Ty Bertullo. All right, that looked good. Striking, Oof. Yeah, Jason Whitfield, he might need another striking coach. Just saying. Just saying a little bit. Kasia Mora, she's good, man. I'm a big fan of hers. I think she got robbed at Worlds. I want to see her versus Adele. Helena's a little too big, I believe. But I think Adele's maybe a little bit smaller. I forget what weight class she did, but I think Kasia she might be able to piece up Adele a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. She might be able to piece up Helena too. We'll see. Now, Gabrielle can piece up all those girls. Gabrielle, I ain't worried one lick about Gabrielle. Gabrielle Pinsa. I never say her last name right, but she good. She really, really good. And she's hungry. We already saw Mikey with his belts. Isaac says, I want to see the Naga swords. Do I have any more Naga swords? I don't know. If you guys don't know, Naga used to give swords to kids. Who is taking pictures of you in your sleep? Maybe his girlfriend or his sister or somebody. Somebody thought his sister was his girlfriend. It wasn't me, though. Do you like the design? Do you like the UFC BJJ belt design? People seem to have a love-hate relationship with it. Mostly hate. I find it's too busy a design. Sometimes less is more, and I would like to have seen that. Yeah, you got everything out. I don't know. That's Mikey. You guys love Mikey. I guess we ran out of Reddit stories. I thought I had some more. We already saw this too. Jesus. Now I was looking for all this earlier and I couldn't find none of it, man. That's crazy. I couldn't find any of this. Internet's going slow, everybody. Sorry. I can't control that, man. Nothing I can do about that. Slow as dirt today. Jesus.
Tyler Tolo is like being in the water with a shark, but look, Adrian Lee trying to swim with the sharks as he spalls and gets out of a dangerous position, escapes full mount to get back to his feet, throwing the ones and the twos. On the ground with Tyler Tolo is.
Adrian Lee did good, man. You know, I mean, MMA's hard, man. It says turning up the heat for UFC BJJ 3 October 7th or 2nd. I'm probably not going to watch that. I'll let you guys watch it and tell me how it is, though. Jesus Christ. Mac2 says, I would have liked to see the Rotulos take some Muay Thai matches in Thailand just to get a feel. They probably wouldn't do well in Muay Thai. We got Carlos Henrique versus Gabriel. What's Gabriel's last name? I can't remember his last name. I can't remember his. Henrique. He good. He broke my man's arm off though. And Gabriel. What is Gabriel's last name? I can't remember his last name. Not Morales. What is his last name? It's Carlos Henrique and Gabriel something. They would have gotten cooked in Muay Thai. Yeah, they would have gotten kneed to oblivion. BJJ guys can't strike. That's true, especially at one. Gabrielle is the real boogie woman. She might be the boogie man. She might beat some dudes. Mateus Gabriel. Yeah, Mateus Gabriel. I was about to say Gabriel Souza. Why all the Brazilians got 3 names? Gabriel Souza and Carlos Henrique. I'm gonna go with Carlos Henrique because he be messing people up. You got Cassia. She back. She's gonna be fighting Alex Enriquez. I like Alex. You know, she's here in Georgia, but I think she's too small to beat Cassia up. She does have wrestling experience. Financier versus Nakano. I don't even know who that kid is. Who is that kid? Anybody know that kid? Helena got all those pets though. Yeah, that's true. Lily versus Myrodomo. That girl looks. These girls look familiar. They look like they're blue belts though. I could be wrong. Again, UFC BJJ got matches. You know, I want to see the Cassia match and the Carlos Henrique match. That's kind of it though. What other good matches they got? The UFC BJJ ain't really trying. They didn't try with their cards, their matchups. They don't try with their belt. They got OnlyFans girl running their program, their programming, and she's the director of their stuff. Yeah, I mean, what? They're just not sincere about anything. I'm not happy with UFC BJJ. Here's Ty. After weighing in or after the fight. I'm not happy with it, man. I ain't happy with it.
It was very good to win. Yeah. Relieved, you know. A little bit of a headache. I must have gotten hit. But man, what a fight. All my jiu-jitsu went away the second we hit the mats. Crazy how that happens. It feels very good to win. Yeah. Relieved.
So my man got CTE already just from the first fight. So yeah, that's it. He took a lot of damage in that fight, and that was the first one. So I don't know if he's going to have a long career in this. Fionn is getting some heat for doing the Masters, but not competing in CJI. People are saying she's ducking quack quack. I think that's what it is. Well, she didn't even. They already had people in CJI. All those girls showed up. Yeah, I mean, also, I don't think she's 145. Adele's not 145 either. Adele's like 135 or 125. So Ffion would have been way smaller. And then Masters, I mean, I don't know. Well, she's with UFC BJJ anyway, so by doing Masters, she could do Masters. She just couldn't do CGI anyway. I don't think Fion's ducking. She busy, and she's older. I'm not sure how old Anna Carolina, whatever, Anna Carolina is, but you know, Fion's in Masters. She's Masters 1. Like, what else she got to prove? She beat everybody. She got to go beat Helena and Sarah Gaval too. Who's the OnlyFans girl running their program? Claudia Goodell? Godella, whatever her last name is. Claudia. You know Claudia. I'll leave it up to you, Marley, to do your research. MacTube says, bro, please live stream UFC BJJ 3. Going to be free on YouTube. He's still going to get hit with the copyright strike. That copyright strike is real, bro. You can't live stream no UFC. You can't live stream any UFC content. You know how fast they'll take my channel down? I can't do it. Probably get a lot of new subs. Yeah, but them ain't the kind of subs I want, because those subs just jump in for the free stream. Yeah, them subs ain't going to donate. They're going to jump in for the free stream. Then my channel gets taken down. They're not going to care. They're going to unsub immediately. MacTube says Mora versus Alex Enriquez is going to be a great match. We'll see. I think Alex is a little too small. Isn't Alex bigger than Cassia? I don't think so. She might be taller, but Alex is pretty thin build. Yeah, do your research, bro. So my man Ty already said his head hurts. He already got the CTE. UFC anything is yeah. I like the fighters in UFC, but I don't like how the UFC is ran. I don't support them. If you guys see Quan on here, he loves UFC. He's gonna defend UFC regardless. UFC BJJ probably in the process of signing a lot of guys right now after CGI 2, possibly. I mean, with how some of those guys were fighting, they don't deserve to go to CGI 3. Some of them guys know they ain't going to CGI 3 the way they were fighting. I wouldn't be upset if most of those fighters, a lot of those fighters from CGI 2, they go to UFC BJJ. They could go bore people over there too then. We ain't gonna miss them. They can have them fighters. They can have them boring fire. They can have them boring fires over there. We ain't gonna miss them. You think we're gonna cry over them fighters? Now keep the Australians out of it, though. You know, I don't want to see the Australians over there. Wrestling is too hard for the U.S. That is true.
Wrestling that popular in the U.S.
It's too hard.
What do you mean it's too hard?
All the U.S. wants is instant gratification. Wrestling is the exact opposite of just that.
How so?
Mental warfare, 7-minute matches, and cutting weight would all be good examples.
Why don't people like that?
People in the U.S. would rather see 5-second plays, threes made, or 10-second knockouts.
Why is it so popular in other countries, like Russia, though?
Russia appreciates the grind because that's the lifestyle that they live.
So you think we can get more people to watch?
Maybe. We need two things. We need more advocates for the sport, and we need to make everything in the sport a little shorter. That all starts with you. Follow my page for more thoughts like this.
Or don't. Get out of here. Bro, why isn't wrestling that popular in the U.S.?
It's too hard.
What do you mean it's too hard?
All the U.S. wants is instant gratification. Wrestling is the exact opposite.
Yeah, that's what we living in, bro. America wants everything easy, and I want quick dopamine hit. You know, it's just the way it is. Wrestling's too hard. Judo too hard. Jiu-jitsu easy. You ain't got to warm up. You can train ecologically. You can play games. You don't have to listen to your instructor. You can just roll if you want to, or don't roll. You can buy your belts. Jiu-jitsu's easy. Did I say you don't have to warm up? Yeah, you don't have to warm up. You are the customer in jiu-jitsu. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. So that's the future of jiu-jitsu right there. That's what you guys want. That's what you guys want jiu-jitsu to turn into. Another another fast food McDojo, ultra processed, sanitized. You guys be happy if you didn't have to sweat. You don't want to roll hard. You want to keep your socks on. It says you don't have to show footage. You can just watch it off the screen and comment. I can. That's kind of boring though. Because I'll be like, look at this right here. Oh, you guys can't see. I'll think about it. They might even hit the audio. And you know what? They be putting that thing on Thursday. Thursday night. They be putting that show on Thursday night. You think I'm going to stream on Thursday night? Maybe. We'll see. I tried that before with some other shows. Maybe. I kind of prefer what I have now. I'm happy with what I got. You know, I got more views than most people do. My live stream got more views than most people's live streams. Most people live stream ain't got 10 views. Ain't got nobody in the chat room. I remember was it Marley making fun of me for not having nobody in the chat room? But look, it's growing. I'm good with the slow growth. Maybe I'll think about it. I'll think about it, man. I'll think about it, MacTube. Again, I don't like UFC. I ain't trying to help them make more money at all. Now, if they let me make some money off of them, I might do it. But, you know, we'll see. Mikey is way better in the gi. I hate that butt scooty leg locks. He does the same thing in the gi, too. I think he's more dynamic in the gi. No, he's good no gi, too. You know, say what you want about Mikey. He's still good. Now, he hasn't been fighting anybody to showcase how good he is. I believe Harrison's going to be doing BJJ Stars. Hopefully. I thought his leg was destroyed, but maybe not. Jason Whitfield says, Ty looks fine. That's normal wear and tear for MMA. Those were not hard shots. It wouldn't be. The up kicks were. Them up kicks were hard. What are you talking about? Them up kicks would knock you out. But it wouldn't surprise me if Ty takes some time off because he's used to jiu-jitsu. He said he was exhausted after 8 minutes. That must have been adrenaline. Jason Whitfield also says, think about how crazy it is to hear Ty say he was exhausted after 8 minutes. Yeah, he ain't never been tired in his whole life. Have you ever heard Ty say he was exhausted after 8 minutes of anything? No, even after an hour. So, you know, the Rotulos are human too. You guys got to remember that. MacTube says, that was some bad acting though. With what? Mikey? Whose acting was bad? Oh, and this thing. Nobody said my wrestlers were good actors or jiu-jitsu people. Now the Australians, you know, Kate Dale and Craig, they can do a good job.
Super bummed to see my opponent like that. The plan was to finish him as quick as possible, but he's so tough. Yeah, it didn't happen. Took me into the second round. It's good to get some more experience. So feel good to let my hands go. Wow, what a match. Thank you so much, Adrian. You're a legend, bro, and you got a great future, bro. No one lost tonight. He's on his way to becoming a champion himself for sure. So it's a little speed bump, but appreciate you, Adrian, and the family. Love you guys.
Oh, Adrian Lee's an absolute warrior. You yourself are a true warrior.
Shout out to him, man. I never heard him that gassed out either. Fionn was right when she said, we're not going to get non-jiu-jitsu people as fans, so we need to set up more people to become jiu-jitsu athletes. That's how we build the sport. That's kind of what IBJF is aiming for. You do, I mean, I think of pickleball. Pickleball is kind of similar to jiu-jitsu. You have a lot of athlete spectators. They do, the thing with pickleball, I mean, it is easy. Old people like to do it. They get injured too. The thing with pickleball is that a lot of the tennis people put money into pickleball. And also there's a lot of, you know, merchandising, the outfits, the gear, the paddles, you know. I mean, there is some money in jiu-jitsu, the merchandise, you know, the gis. Usually you're not going to get a ton of gis. People buy one, 2 or 3 gis. That's it for a couple years. So I think pickleballs, if we could copy pickleball somehow, I'm not sure how exactly we would need to. And also you got to realize fads come and go. Fads happen and things are popular for a little bit and then it kind of disappears. Same thing with karate was popular. Taekwondo used to be popular. Kung Fu used to be popular. Judo was a little bit popular. But eventually, you know, there's a downturn. He only sounds punch drunk. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That don't sound good to me either. MacTube says, let's be real. Craig is not going to do CGI 3. People just didn't appreciate it enough, and Craig doesn't want to go through all that buildup after recent burnout. You know what he can do is just kind of maybe, of course, he burned himself out, but, maybe hire other people to do the marketing and other stuff like that for him. Ty looks sad. I think he's just tired. Craig did a lot. He put his body on the line. He put his health on the line, and people don't care. So, that's how it is in this sport. People don't care. They want everything for free. They want you to stream for free. They want you to talk about this for free. They want you to do that for free. But there's a lot of give and there's a lot of take and no give. Says these guys don't understand what it's like to be in a real fight. Do you think you're going to be in an MMA match and not get tired at all? You should do your cardio. I think about the Diaz brothers. They were doing marathons and stuff. You just gotta make sure your cardio is great. prepare for the worst. Prepare for 5 3-minute rounds or whatever. Prepare for the maximum amount of conditioning you can do. Talking about Craig, we got some Guardian Foundation stuff.
Oh my God, it's a miracle. I'm telling you, it's a miracle. And the guardian, the guardian angels, you came and saved us. Oh my God, from this no hope. Giving some. It looks simple but easy. The simplicity of donation, the hope and the happiness is giving to an entire generation. Oh my God.
And you know what? Craig does give back, he gave a lot to this sport. And I'm not going to say you people, but a lot of people weren't happy. They just, no matter what you do, they're not going to be happy. No matter what you do, you can give someone $1 million, they still not be happy. So, I don't know what else to say. That's why I just do whatever I want. I don't worry too much about what people think. Mike says, Mac, yeah, he was making comments like he didn't want to do CGI 3 before the tourney. He said he hates running a gym, so he's quitting. Then he says it's like being a promoter. Go silent. It's easy to get jaded in this martial art. I've been jaded tons of times in this martial art. I've been jaded a ton of times. And that's because you what's that word? You put expectations on people. So, if you're giving or doing stuff, don't put expectations on people because, I'm not going to say people are going to let you down, but you open yourself up to people letting you down. So, if you're really doing things out of the kindness of your heart and because you love something, you just can't, you can't worry about how people are going to take things, how they're going to react to things or the bad things they say. That's something I learned in my years of doing a lot of crazy stuff. Don't put expectations on anybody in this sport. Don't expect the best out of people. Don't expect people in jiu-jitsu to be better than other people, to be smarter than other people, to have better intentions than other people, to treat you better. People are people, and that's all. Just all right. People are gonna hate on it, but at least I did this. Craig, you did that show. It's always gonna go down in history. You gave more money than anybody. You're giving more money than Dana White will ever give a jiu-jitsu fighter or anybody, any of these other organizations. So, he's always going to have that. And, all the philanthropy, all the schools he's helped with the Guardian program, Guardian Fair Fight Foundation, Guardian program. So, no one can take that away from him. Yeah, sometimes this stuff will make you hate. Some of these people will make you hate what you love. Jiu-jitsu is like curling. Curling is a niche sport. You should be asking for much. And curling, at least curling more popular than jiu-jitsu. It's in the Olympics. There might be more money. There might be more money in the sport. Now, you don't need to be that skilled to try curling. Jiu-jitsu, you got to be skilled, and you got to deal with sweat and bodily fluids. Ugh. Moneyberg sweating on you.
it's exposing me to the poverty a lot of children live in, which is something you always are aware of, but I think we just try to distract ourselves from it, not try to live in that reality, try to focus on our own problems. So when you're forced to see it firsthand, you can't help but have a more proactive approach.
Imagine being a street kid in a country where most of the necessities are not provided for like the regular person. You don't have an ID, so you can't go to any government places and get service for anything. There is no health coverage, nobody's going to take care of you.
So I thought it would be better if we can bring them here, get them away from all the misery for a couple of hours at the gym. They can just be kids at the gym. Maybe they can see a light.
I mean, jiu-jitsu outside of America can help a lot of people. I love that those African communities have BJJ to do, but my only concern is what happens when someone gets hurt on the mats. Do they have health care? Well, they should not be. They probably don't have health care. They should not be training hard. They should be drilling. They need to be training like Monkey Bird. Be careful. I mean, they're just training to have fun, and I mean, it's no different than playing soccer in a third world country or something else. Honestly, the risk of getting injured might be worth it to keep kids out of trouble, away from drugs and bad situations. It might be worth it, you know. I mean, some of these places, they don't have no other option. They got to risk their health to maybe make a change and have a chance at making a better life for themselves. So, Nighttime World says, "Hey, I'm Canadian. I love curling." Yeah, there you go. MacTube, good point. Hope they don't train heel hooks. Yeah, well, they should be training in the gi. They should be training like Moneyberg. All right, guys, we got about 4 more minutes. Is there anything else on here? Hey, we got some judo well, wrestling girls doing judo. I support it though. We support the ladies on this channel.
How to get thrown. When Helen throws me, I tuck my chin, I let my hand hit the mat, and I don't tense up, but I also just don't go flat like this. You kind of let the energy just roll out into your hand, and then it's nice and safe.
I didn't even recognize Helen with all that makeup. I was like, who is this new wrestling girl? Who is this new wrestling girl right there? I didn't know who she was. What's up, Victoria? I see you too. One of the reasons why I don't do no-gi because I don't want my knees all messed up. Well, you know, if you have good training partners, you should be all right. What's up, ladies? I support the ladies. And the judo and the wrestling. You know how many sports I'd be supporting? What's going on, man? He says, I hear Moneyberg is donating socks. He's donating socks to the fair fight? All right. Moneyberg is donating socks. All right. We do got EBI coming up. So if you guys don't know, I have a bet with Josiah. If you know Josiah probably, if you guys don't know, that if Grippo does not win EBI, he can no longer talk about Grippo on this live stream. So 1 week away. If you guys want to donate some money to help support that, go ahead, hit the Cash App or hit something. We're gonna be watching. Is it Friday? Shoot, I might be out of town on Friday. You know what I might do? I might do a late night live stream Friday night or Saturday, early Saturday or something. Where we'll talk about that. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of Gianni Grippo, but not when he's training ecologically. And I'm only happy if Josiah can no longer talk about Grippo no more. So I mean, there's some good guys: Ben Eddy, Grippo, Bryce, whatever that guy name is, Ethan. You got Krikorian, some other people too. So we'll see. Now Grippo might have a good shot. He might have a good shot, but we're kind of betting against him today. Sorry, Grippo. Mike says, nighttime. While I prefer gi, how I run my no-gi classes is no heel hooks or twisting knee breaking mechanics during rolls. That's pretty smart. Mike says 100%. I'm gonna donate if I can stop hearing about Grippo. Go ahead and hit something. Nighttime rolls. Mike, see, I be down for that. Yeah, I mean, heel hooks aren't that scary. When you feel stuck, that's it. You need to tap out. And you gotta make sure you got good training partners. You know, not that checkmate dude that broke that one guy's leg. Ethan, I'm kind of pulling for Ethan over here. Ethan or Kokori, and somebody take Josiah out. We already talked about Kasia Mora versus Homegirl. Kasia good, bro. Is that her match? Hey. Isn't that an AOJ girl? No, it's not an AOJ girl. Where's that? What team is that girl from? I can't remember. CP, what up, CP? We're talking about you, bro. You missed some good stuff on here. That's good. We know it's probably bedtime over there. 6-hour difference. 10 o'clock? No, it's not 10 o'clock, is it? Is it 10 o'clock over there? CP about to go to sleep. CP, we got people from Japan over here. We got Switzerland. It says, unfortunately, here in Osaka, all the nogi is back takes and heel hooks. CP says, yo, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. He almost in Tuesday. It's not 10 o'clock over there? I thought it was 10 o'clock. What time is it over there? It's not. I thought it was 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock. So, yeah, it should be a good matchup. Kasia Mora, I think she's the next up-and-coming girl. We've covered a lot of stuff. I'm about to jump off of here soon. After 3 hours, it's 8. Okay. Oh, you're 2 hours ahead? Oh, you know we have our time change, bro. Oh. Well, it must be, it's 10 in Sweden. I thought you were in the same time as Sweden. Oh, no, you're right. It is 8. It's 20. Okay, my bad. It's 20. 20:04 to be exact. Okay, no, you're right. You're right. I read the clock wrong. Oh, it's 2 o'clock here. Okay, it is 8. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. in Osaka, bro. Go to sleep, nighttime world. What does this guy got to say?
Owner is, but in a way, it kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you. It's like, dude, we don't have money to have more than 4 girls, and we can't pay them this, and we can't do that, and we can't do this, and sorry, guys, and oh man, your budget's so high, and oh this is that, and sorry, and da 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 da. And then it's like, hey man, yeah, can you send me $1 million? We got to just make sure these guys are happy before they go home. And it's like, boom, they got it. And I think that's like, everyone thinks it's so cool. I think it's kind of like chicken shit to the people that were on your card, to be quite honest with you. It's great that 5 other guys did get $1 million. That's dope. If I'm on New Wave, I'm like, hell yeah. I'm not hating on anybody making money. I'm just saying, like, it plays both ways. Out of one side of your mouth, you're saying we don't have money to pay all these other athletes, and then out of the other side, you're going like, look how much money we got to pay these guys to cover this problem.
I didn't say that.
So it's a mixed message. I don't know who the mystery donor is, but in a way, it kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to get into that, but he kind of got a point. I think everybody should have got some money. The girls, the girls should have got more money. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Craig. They might have a point though. I'm presenting on BJJ leadership with Bridget at the University of St. Gallen next week. Didn't know that, man. We might have to have you on here before then. Make sure you're ready. Make sure your presentation's good. Sorry, Tuesday. Yeah, you in Tuesday, bro. You in the future. CP says the mysterious donor is Froda and his friends. That's possible. That's possible. We have Balea on here too, CP. So sometimes Balea got all the information in the world and he can't say nothing. Let me read a couple comments, and that might be it for today, everybody. Always ready. All right. Yo, CP said he ready, bro. Got my PhD friend up in here. Says the Bullpen Live. A lot has been said about the large payouts from CGI2 and how those dollars seem to show up quickly for some and not others. Tim gives us his take on the money matters. Alex says it's not confirmed it's from one specific donor, but this is why, if it were, they chose to remain private. With respect, Seth and Craig have already done more for the sport than anyone could have asked for. They have paid athletes in unprecedented levels, donated significant funds to charity on both CGI cards, and even made both events free on YouTube so the entire community could enjoy them while turning down offers to put the content behind a paywall. I may be wrong, but has there ever been a women's card that paid $100,000 with only, they should have raised that to $200 for the girls, or $250. But has there ever been a women's card that paid $100,000 with only 4 women competing? If they have an investor who chooses to support or to add more support, and the immediate response is others feeling entitled to even more and voicing complaints, that doesn't make sense to me. Pay the girls equally. Pretty easy. Pay the girls equally and fairly. That's it. That's it. I mean, there's no questions about it. Pay people fairly and equally. Or, if you can't get it equal, make it fair. I don't know, man. It's their money. From what's been said, it seems like they wanted to fund an entertaining BJJ event almost for their own desire. So that can throw money at what they want. CGI 2 started without a women's bracket, and Craig put out the bat signal for sponsors to help fund it. So the women's bracket may have solely been funded by that. In that sense of how their budget was set up, there probably wasn't money for the women's bracket. I don't think it was just one pool of money to work with. Different sources were probably reserved for different things. Biggest purse women have ever gotten paid, but people are white knighting for them. Mike says the girls only had 2 matches, though. Those matches were better than the guy matches, and 1,000,007 different ways. It should have been 1,000,005 ways. I'm not sure if the coach got money too. Gianni will win. All right, Josiah. Josiah, come Friday, you won't be able to talk about Grippo no more. CP says ADCC trials this weekend should have let the women who won go to ADCC 2026. That's true. I agree with you, Mr. CP. Before, I think even here in America, it was always the secondary trials where they would let the women get a ticket to ADCC, but I think they gotta increase the number of participants for the ladies now. It's not 2,000 anymore. Well, they didn't have girls competing in year 2000, but in ADCC, but now it's 2025. It says, yeah, Craig Jones has backup money because when there is no submissions, he said, okay, fine, $50K for submissions. And when New Wave complained, he said, fine, $1 million for them too. Like, what the? Well, the girls need more money too. You can't pay everybody $200K and have the girls at $100K. And I don't care. You're gonna say less matches, but those matches were better. They had less matches, but they had more rounds. They had 2 or 3 rounds? Yeah, they had more. They had to fight longer. Biggest purse. Okay, this is why IBJF will remain on top as far as organizations go. Thousands of competitors just paid to compete at Masters with no prize money. Then we get the top athletes in the sport to do a couple of matches at CGI and get paid millions just to have people still complain. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. I'm about to jump off of here and get some food. You guys know I got to eat. I try not to eat on the stream because you guys complain about me smacking. Mike says, you have a chance since it's sub only. If it was points, Ethan would win this. Who, Grippo has a chance? What are you talking about? Let me see if there's anything else I missed. Otherwise, I'm going to dip out of here. White House in the UFC 2026. All right. Ferris. All right. Wrestlers. Okay. Oh, let's watch this. This is Adele at CGI. Oh, you guys can see.
Baby, just tell me what you want.
That was definitely Adele, though. Helena. Mukbang come ASMR. Yeah, bro. I got on here I was trying to stream, so Alec Burdane. I was trying to stream, and I was like, I didn't have food, so I was like, let me eat on the stream because I was running late. And people complained about me smacking. I had some Costco food, some Costco pizza, bro. I was smacking, bro. It was so good. We might add that. We just do everything on this live stream. We be eating. We're gonna have some jiu-jitsu training. We're gonna have some. I don't know if we're gonna have dancing. Adele. I mean, Helena. Alec Bourdain. Yeah, that's me. Come on. All right, we basically done that. That's your favorite guy right there, Money Turd. Money Turd. If you guys have an extra Moneyberg rash guard, please send it my way. And if you got the black socks that go with it, that come with the rash guard, send them too. I'll put them on as well. Let me know. Costco pizza. You guys got Costco and you got Costco over there in Japan? Oh, you miss Costco. Don't worry, bro. We'll go to Costco. I got the Costco card now. I'll take you and Yasmin when we go. When you guys go back to Jersey, we'll go to Costco. You want me to bring some Costco pizza, bro? I'll bring some Costco pizza for you, bro. Costco chicken and Costco chicken. What else you want from Costco, bro? I'll put it on my carry-on, my check baggage. It's not good though. You guys got special stuff over there though. Yeah, I'm gonna have to live stream going into Costco in Japan. Moneyburger still has me blocked. You ain't missing nothing, bro. To be honest, the hair works against you if you on bottom and not top. Yeah, I have J-Rod hair. That crap gets pinned, and you can't move. That's true. It's a double-edged sword. All right, everybody, that's it. Shout out to everybody that was here. You living the high life with the Costco card. Yeah. Now it costs a lot of money, but it is fun. You get to get the Costco gas, get that Costco pizza. Yeah, I'm a Costco bro now. That's basically it, guys. We should be on tomorrow. We had some heavy hitters. Got CP. We had Mushmaster. We had Balea. You know, I'd be trying to get them secrets out of Balea, but he don't give up the secrets. So we should be on tomorrow. And of course, if you guys don't know, I got a bet with Josiah. If Gianni Grippo does not win EBI on Friday, this Friday the 13th of September, he can no longer talk about Gianni Grippo on this live stream. Okay, so if you guys are happy for that, you can donate to the channel, or whatever you can do, whatever you can do. But we're hoping, we're praying. I got my fingers crossed. I can't even cross my fingers. Fingers crossed. That come Friday, no more Gianni Grippo talk. Okay, I'm sorry, Josiah. He's still gonna. Now, if Grippo wins that, we ain't ever gonna hear the end of it. Hey, you know what? That might be worth it. If Grippo can pull through, Grippo, if you're watching, pull through. And if you pull through, we'll let Josiah keep talking about it. Keep talking about you if you win, because you'll deserve it. All right, guys, that's it. I should be on tomorrow, and that's it. Today is Matt Side Monday, Magic Monday. Go train for me. Get some training. Jason Whitfield says, we know what you get for winning. What does Josiah get? He gets to keep talking about Grippo. That's all he wants. That's the bet. Either I get what I want, or Josiah keeps talking about he gets Gianni. I might put him in contact with Gianni. That might be the goal. That might be the reward for him. That's it, everybody. I'm going to dip out of here. Should see you tomorrow and the rest of this week. Friday, I'll let you know about Friday. I don't know if I can stream early or late on Friday. Might not be able to. We'll see. What time is EBI? Does anybody know the EBI? Let me check that real fast. I can't check. We'll figure it out later. Jesus. All right, guys. That's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. Get some good training in. CP, see you, bro. I'll see you soon. Hopefully, God willing. Everybody else, stay out of trouble. The stakes have never been higher. Yeah, this is the biggest event on this live stream has dealt with yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. This could make or break the live stream. It's 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Okay. I might be able to. It's going to be on Fight Pass. All right. I might pay a couple of dollars for Fight Pass just so I can react to the matches. All right. All right. Josiah might be on there too. All right, Josiah. We'll see, brother. We'll see. Maybe I'll react to it later or something. I don't know. I'll see. I am leaving on a trip on Friday, so I won't be able to. Maybe I can stream earlier. We'll see. We'll see. All right, inshallah. Yeah, of course. Fight Pass. All right. I'll see you guys. See you. Stay out of trouble. CP, good luck on your presentation. CP said he got this, though. You got it, bro. I believe in you. Us, everybody. Us. And we'll see you tomorrow.